Stars flutter into existence in an indigo sky above an endless ocean. Cold eyes examine the horizon, as though imagining what lies beyond it. Mist from the breakers leaves a salty sparkle on the mix of tan skin and hard blue dragon scales of the shadowed face of a man. Two women approach, walking casually along the quay as a demon mask is fitted back into place. The ship is provisioned and ready. It seems the captain was being generous when she claimed to have visited the far shores. However, she remains the only one to even pretend to have come within sight of them. She seems our best option. The taller woman stepped beside the man in shadow, following his gaze out onto the vast open water, her hands resting on the ornate hilts of a pair of curved cavalry sabers. The shorter of the two women hopped onto a pylon and leaned precariously out over the water. "Oi, I ain't never seen so much water. How far do you think it really goes?" The two women looked towards the man in shadow, not expecting an answer, but perhaps hoping for one in vain. Only the gods know. Tucked beneath his black cloak, almost forgotten, a darkness quivered. Unheard, a voice full of malice and cold hatred whispered quietly, "So close, so close." Okay. So, you guys wake up in a bright, beautiful morning. The dark greens of the ironwood look warm and vibrant in the dawn light. The sky is a deep sapphire blue, and the woods are filled with the sounds of life and energy. Luna, you're the first one awake, because you don't really sleep very long.
Yeah.
You don't meditate very long. Where do we find Luna on this beautiful morning?
So she's in one of the taller trees, just reading her. Oh no, I gave my book to Tom Tom. I don't have my book anymore.
You don't have your book anymore.
What she'd probably be doing is practicing her knots, since that's pretty integral to like one of the few spells she's actually kind of figured out. So I'm just kind of like vibing, sitting in a large branch, just kind of reclining and like casually doing some of those knots, and just kind of keeping an eye on the opening of the cave.
I think this is a beautiful morning in the Ironwood, and you guys are deep in it now, and it's been kind of dark. But the parts of the Ironwood that you kind of spent more time in your youth were like this. They were a little bit brighter, a little bit. It was a sunnier part of the Ironwood, or maybe you just remember it that way. You see a squirrel, and you're suddenly transported back to basically the morning of the day when you made your first kill. It was the first thing you ever killed or hunted. I think your father took you out, and in the Ironwood there's these they're like flying squirrels, but they're larger, like rabbits, so they're almost like these mammalian partially flying creatures. And that's what you were hunting that morning. Let's see what it takes you back. Yeah, and it was before you even entered the direwolf school. Your father, who was already kind of grizzled at this point, already kind of a little bit of gray, salt and pepper into his hair. It was a bright morning just like this one. What weapon do you think you would have used on this, like, sort of almost like a trial hunt?
Probably a slingshot. It's a little bit more manageable for a child. It's not as big as a bow, and you don't really need something that big for a squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old do you think you were when you did this first kill?
Probably 10.
at this point, you had already trained a lot and done a lot of target practice. And the thing that you remember about it, the moment in your memory, is that moment of the kill, and that first shot was perfect. You hit the exact spot on this animal to kill it instantly and painlessly in a merciful way. And you felt like that flow state, that like perfect focus. How do you think Tulla felt right after that moment? Luna, sorry. Who knows why I had her on the mind. Luna, how do you think Luna felt in that moment right after the kill?
A little bit sick. Proud, because she knows that this is like something that she has to do in order to survive and to become like her dad, but it's a little bit sickening.
Yeah, being a child, I think I see that. Taking something's life, and even though you've eaten these animals a lot and you know that it's necessary, it's a hard thing, and you kind of feel that there's always a cost to the kill. Okay, well, soon everyone else is awake. Kenzo is frying some wild pork belly in a deep cast iron pan over a small fire just inside the cave. There's a basket of fresh mushrooms and some kind of small sweet potato next to him, along with a kettle that is still... There's a kettle sitting next to him on the ground, but it looked like it was just pulled off the fire. It's still emitting some steam from the spout. So what does everyone do when they get up?
Mine stands up.
We're very matter-of-factly awake now.
Does he have like upkeep that he needs to do, or like maintenance that he performs to like keep himself clean, or does he just kind of...
Nobody has seen that yet.
Okay.
No, there's no evidence of it. He's pretty dinged up though, right?
He is dinged up. Strangely, he looks very battle-hardened.
What about Nova?
You said there was kettle just taken off the fire.
Yeah.
Can I make tea with it?
Yeah.
I'll make tea for everybody.
Hey, you make a little tea. There's some like clay that you can take from the metal kettle over the fire, where you can put it into like a little clay pot and make some tea for everybody. And he's doing a little like clay mugs that Kenzo and the kids use.
Decaf for the kids.
I don't know if that exists. They're pretty wired.
Maybe I drew right the cat.
Yeah, you're like, all right, this cat is a poison. Remove poison. What does Levi do?
Levi gets up, puts away his maps and everything. He falls asleep a lot with the maps open. Because he worships the moon, so he's used to not getting a lot of sleep. So gets up, kind of just packs up his campsite, probably joins in to get something to eat real quick.
Yeah, the mushrooms and the potato and pork belly makes a pretty tasty breakfast. Probably some eggs in there too. All right, and it's early morning. What's your plans? What's everybody's plans for today?
All right. Luna swings down from her tree. She'll come over to you guys. So I've been thinking. I know that we've talked about a lot of different options for the kids, but I am starting to feel less and less good about leaving them here. Even though Kenzo does his best, I mean, he has to leave them alone to go hunt, and if something happened to these kids while he wasn't here, not only would he be devastated, but everything we've done would be futile. So I don't think they can really go back to Shy, but how do we feel about bringing them with us to Kinto?
What about that?
You think so? I mean, we know that there's no orphanage in Ushai, but maybe there's one in Kento. It's gonna be a journey, and it's gonna suck having to look after a dozen kiddos, but maybe that's our best bet.
I feel like it'll be good life lessons for them. They'll grow from the experience.
Maybe. It's just a matter of convincing Kenzo that this is a good idea.
Especially to get anything away from that witch. You don't want to mess with them. She was nice the first time, but she's not going to be nice the second time if we stumble upon her.
Is Kenzo nearby?
Yeah, I'd say, you guys are kind of off talking amongst yourselves, but he's, maybe cleaning up breakfast or whatever.
Yeah. Do you maybe want to float the idea to him? You have more of a gentle approach.
Hey, Kenzo.
Hey.
So we were thinking of maybe...
As this is happening here, an eclipse over her.
Yeah.
Right. So we were thinking...
She's a shadow between a giant robot and an actual giant.
Maybe we might take the children with us to
Kinto. It's like a better, bigger version of the place that they came from, but there's more likely going to be people who are willing to take them in.
And if not, then we will be able to start an orphanage or a school for them there so that they will be well looked after, cared for, and educated and safe.
Oh, I don't think they'd like me in Kento.
Yeah, so we were thinking maybe we would relieve you of childcare duties now.
Do you like this cave?
Yeah, it's a good cave.
Yeah, and so the reason that I'm a little concerned is that you have your own lifestyle that you deserve to be able to continue, and having to leave the kids behind to hunt and forage kind of leaves them in a dangerous position.
Well, but they like it here.
I know. But sometimes just because they like it doesn't mean it's the best solution for them.
Make me a...
Is there something we can tell you that would make you feel better?
What would I have to say to you?
Well, just that, if you have any concerns about their well-being or their futures, or we wouldn't let them be left in a bad situation.
Yeah,
so.
what you get from Kenzo is that, he's very protective of the kids, and if they're here, he kind of is protecting them. And, sure, he's not, right there all the time, but, he's nearby, and also, they're away from all the things that hurt them before.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're talking about taking them somewhere where, as far as he knows, he got them away from.
Yeah.
And so, they're not in imminent danger here, and in
Yeah.
the city it feels like they're in imminent danger.
Yeah.
So going based off of that, Levi would basically interject and just go something like listen, Kenzo, there's a witch that lives nearby. She is incredibly dangerous. Witches are not to be messed with unless you can take one out. And he would tell him that it took half the druids in the coven to be able to take one witch. They have an elite strike force to deal with witches that pop up that are hostile.
Yeah, you see him kind of his hand moves almost unconsciously to his soul pouch, and he gets very nervous when you start talking about a witch.
She seemed happy just to be left alone. That was the hut in the tree that we came across in the swamp. We went back and talked to her. She seemed fine.
He seems like he doesn't know what you're talking about when you take the hut in
Oh,
the
you
woods,
weren't
and
there,
you realize
were you?
he was there, but he wasn't there when you talked to her.
Yeah.
He wasn't the first time you went to the hut,
Yeah.
but he was talking to the kids, and you think that he didn't even notice the hut.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a big thing that you spent a lot of time with, and he was focused on the kids and traveling. As far as he knows, you just went through a swamp.
So she knows that the kids are here, and that concerns me because we don't know.
How did she find out?
She saw our tracks. So I don't think she would bother you because you're big and dangerous. But if these kids are here alone...
Roll me an insight check.
Okay. That was a natural one. We got a long rest just now, didn't we?
Yes!
I'm gonna use the lucky one.
Okay.
Okay. That's a natural 19 for a total of 22.
Okay. On a 22, you don't quite know how to interpret it, but he does seem to like have a weird reaction when you say you don't think she would like mess with you.
Okay. Do you get what I'm saying, though? Like, the kids are vulnerable here. I don't know that she wouldn't do something to them.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me either persuasion or deception.
I'm so sorry, I was gonna let you take the lead on this one.
I don't know that Nova is any better than Luna at this.
Okay.
Is she?
Yeah.
That is a 12.
Okay. He's pretty vehement about not wanting the kids to go. He thinks that even he seems very concerned about the witch, but although he seems unwilling to even like mention a witch, he seems to think he might you get the feeling that he thinks he's like a better protection, or like he is, is better able to protect the kids.
Okay, backup plan. How do we feel about this? And I'll include Kenzo in this conversation because I want his approval here. If we go to Kento and we find people who we personally trust to take care of the kids, would that be a better solution than just taking them up there without having seen the place? Do you trust me to make that decision?
Roll another persuasion check.
Oh, this is getting rough. But that's a natural 19 for a total of 18.
Okay. Yeah. He says, if you go there and you find some place for the kids, he'll kind of consider, like, he'll be okay. He said that would make him feel a lot better about the kids going. So.
All right. So, in the meantime, do you have enough supplies to last you for... God, how long is the journey to Kento? It's like a week?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Do you have, like, a month's worth of supplies here?
I mean, so he forages and hunts, and so he doesn't have, like, a month's worth of stock, but when you first got the order to kill him, kids had been going missing for months and months, slowly. So presumably some of these kids have been living with him for like maybe a year, and they're fine. Okay. It's never been an issue. So you imagine, it seems like he can, for whatever reason, he's quite good at hunting, and like providing from nature for the kids, not even just for himself. And so he's confident. I mean, he doesn't even, there wasn't even something that crossed his mind, just like whether or not he could feed these kids is easy in his mind to do that.
Hey, Kenzo. Have you gotten into skirmishes with a witch before?
I'm gonna need you to roll me. I'll let you roll persuasion or insight.
Hold on.
Insight's
I was gonna say, the moment that she mentions witches, Levi's going to join in and just intently look at him too. The help with that.
I'll
If
let
it's
you roll
insight.
insight with advantage.
I'm gonna need that guidance.
You're like, I need to roll a nat 20 on the guidance roll.
18.
18. Okay. So, yeah, he is very nervous, especially when you start pressuring him about a witch. And there's a lot of, it takes a long time, and there's a lot of like teasing out parts of stories, but something bad happened to him with a witch. It seems like some kind of traumatic encounter with a witch happened at some point.
Have you
Do you have, and like, it's a long conversation. Are there other questions involved in that?
I'd like to ask him if he has always been a giant, or if maybe he was turned into one.
Would you roll any insight check?
An 18.
I think you tease out that he wasn't always a giant.
Plot thickens.
Who are you?
I mean, he said he's Kenzo. That question, like, he's always been Kenzo. I think we'll just continue with that 18 rather than making you guys keep roll insight, because it's basically still like insight to try to get a lot of this out of him and try to dance around what he's willing to talk about. But it takes maybe hours to like go around this. He's very nervous. But he used to be a hunter that lived near Ushai. And you're piecing together, you're like, oh, like he's a giant, but he's very good at like moving unseen and also hunting, which isn't like a giant skill. Also, like his personality isn't giant like. So he used to be a hunter that lived in Ushai. And it sounds like you imagine from a witch, although he refuses to say it, he was kind of cursed and turned into a giant.
Out of character, I would imagine he has some family backing down.
Yeah.
That probably a hunter went missing and the family would like to know what happened.
Kenzo, would you like to go back to how things were prior to being cursed?
Yeah, I think he does want like his old life.
Levi just goes over and starts comforting him.
Roll me a check. Persuasion.
Okay. Oh, that's a nat 19. That's an 18 on
Okay,
persuasion.
Yeah, you actually kind of develop a bit of a bond with Kenzo and like trying to comfort him and everything. And you can tell that he has like a little bit of a rapport with you for whatever reason.
Did you just romance a giant?
They're both earthy.
Yeah. He's into it. No.
Okay, so
Not romantically. It's like a Frodo and Sam thing.
Yeah.
No, not like that. That's
No, that's weird. No.
That's too sexual.
No,
Not that sexual.
out of character, put it this way, let's just say that they both had a run-in with a witch before.
Yeah.
And he knows what it's like. So he can empathize with what he's going through a bit.
So maybe while we're in Kinto, we can look into some possible solutions for your problem, and maybe you could even go to see the kids later on.
Yeah.
Because if you're not cursed anymore, maybe they would let you in.
Yeah.
Well, if we agree to help you break this curse, you'll let us take the kid.
Nova, did you say break?
Nope.
I mean, he's kind of like, if he wasn't cursed anymore, then he could go with you, like he could go with the kids, right? Like,
Which that would probably be the optimal solution, because he seems like seems like the type of person that you would want to help take care of kids.
Levi, I have a herbalism kit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any experience with alchemy by chance?
With alchemy? No, I also have an herbalism kit.
That's not helpful, is it? I was thinking maybe we could find a way to make a potion to remove curse between all of our skills, but that might be a large ask.
I have some training with alchemy.
I
Harvest ingredients.
Is there anything in the area, to my knowledge, that might reverse a witch's curse?
roll me history or arcana.
Okay. Not very good at either of those.
nice.
But I got an 11.
Okay. You know on an 11 that you should have paid more attention in some of your classes. Because curse breaking is something that slayers are taught.
Yeah.
Because it's something you deal with a lot. And you know that some of the masters and even some of the other novices that you were in school with would be better at this.
Yeah.
But on an 11, you know that generally something like, so there's Dispel Magic is a very common spell, which may work depending on the curse. There's like a Remove Curse spell, which is harder but works on harder curses, on stronger curses. Generally, curses will have some other kind of method that you would have to that's unique to the curse, and often it's a part of it. It's almost like reverse material components.
Yeah.
Like a spell will have a component that the curse is based on, and if you can do something to reverse that, right? Like, and generally it's like almost poetic, right? So it's like, that like if someone drank from a sacred stream, a god might curse them, and they, have to either, it's like they have to, it's like they're always thirsty unless they drink from this other stream that's really far away, or, something like that, right? Or they have to like make an herbal, like, because that's like your herbalism is like, you have to like find a certain mix of herbs that's like, like wolfsbane could be a reverse to like a lycanthropy curse or something like that, right?
Yeah.
They have to drink a tea of wolfsbane. Like, someone's turned into a wolf unless somebody makes a tea of wolfsbane and gets them to drink it, which like a wolf wouldn't be able to do for themselves.
Yeah.
So even if they know that that's the answer, they can't do it because they don't have hands, things like that.
So, given the information that we do have, I know that we probably need more information about his specific curse if we were going to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you think your book that the little one borrowed might have some information in it about this?
I mean, it might have information about the spells that could be done, but I think those are out of my capacity, at least at the moment.
And Levi will go something like, "Oh yeah, when if I ever do go back to the coven, I can always talk to him about it. We had some druids that could break curses."
So for now, I think we just need to trust Kenzo to do his best for the kids, and we'll go to Kinto.
Maybe
Yeah,
we could
I
take
trust-
potion over there.
I trust Kenzo, and he's very apprehensive about that witch. So, and he's been doing a pretty good job for fending for the children. I think he'll be okay. So let's hurry up and let's try to save him the best we can.
Okay. So, is there anything else that you guys want to take care of while we're here?
No, I think we're good. I think we're ready to go. I mean, do you want me to wild shape into a horse to give anyone a ride? Or are we just going to be going on foot?
We have
Let's
to
get
go
out of here.
through.
Hop on.
Yeah, we have to go through pretty thick brush, don't we? To back to
Yeah,
the-
to get back to the road, yeah.
Is there a nearby town in Bravon that's closer than Ushai?
Yeah. Yes.
Do we want to go there and look for supplies and maybe try and get a caravan together to go up to Kento?
I think that would be wise.
Cool. So, yeah, Levi will pull out his map, kind of get a general direction of where we are, you know, kind of mark where we think where the town is, and we'll start going that way. Should we make a survival check, or...
Yeah, make a survival check to get back to the road. It's not super.
If I'm helping him, like, locate landmarks and navigate, would he have advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guidance. Yeah. Ooh, that is not super great. But I got bailed out. That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
So, what's your survival?
+5.
Plus 7. Yeah. Yeah. God made sure to put expert in it.
Okay. Dirty 20. Roll a d6 for me.
6.
Okay, so you're at this hut in the swamp.
Oh, no.
She's
Levi
like, what
just-
the fuck are you doing here?
Oh, my friend!
Levi just backs away. He's gone. He's out of the campaign.
just pushes some bushes out of the way, then they're like, no.
He just does the homework
No,
cleanser and
wrong
just
turn. Yeah.
disappears.
No. So, while you guys are going, you're almost back to the road, and what you notice is the telltale signs of, dragon tracks.
Oh, fuck.
How big are they?
Pretty small.
Okay. About the size of the last one that we encountered?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they are, the thing is, so the dragon sign isn't like tracks necessarily because it's doing a lot of flying, but there's like singed branches and things like that in a way where you're like, this is very like red dragon. And not like, it could be any fire creature, like you're familiar enough with this dragon that you're like, this is the kind of thing that like a wormling that doesn't have a lot of control over its breath, the kind of sign that it would leave as it's going through trees and things like that. And it's like this north-south trip. So it's hard to say whether it was going north or south, but you kind of cross this north-south red dragon wormling trail. Like
How recent? Is it warm? Does it seem like it's...
It's not warm, so it's long enough ago that it's cooled,
Yeah.
but not so long ago that nature has started to like, heal the branches and things like that. So you could tell the difference between like things that are of like a few weeks old and things that are very recent. This is more like days than weeks.
That dragon is nearby. I feel a little bit responsible for it still being alive.
It's not a threat has been detected.
We're going to ascertain how dangerous the threat is.
It's pretty dangerous.
So we're going to deal with it now?
We've encountered it before,
Mm-hmm.
and I barely survived because Noah saved me.
Yeah. Some parts of your skin are still a little pink from burns.
It's like it caught mostly her shoulder, but there's a little bit like that kind of creeps up her neck. You can see the signs of her being pretty severely burned before. I feel pretty responsible for it still being alive. It's up to you guys whether we go after it now or wait until it becomes more of a problem.
I think now's as good a time as any because we found it now. might not be able to find it again as easily.
We're killing a dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do a survival check. I would say you're leading the way, but you get to use their survival, so I'll let Levi roll.
Yeah.
Guidance. Okay. Advantage.
Yeah, advantage because you got 3 survival people and guidance.
25.
25. Yeah. So, it's a bit of a guess, but you're like 60-40 that the dragon is south. So you head south, and you actually see some signs that the dragon has crossed this path twice. So whether it was like headed north and then came back south, or headed south and then went back north, it's almost like a dragon trail now. And as you're going, you start to head, you're like getting deeper into Ravon, and it's pretty misty. There's a lot of like mist, and maybe even like it might even be smoke. Sometimes smoke can like make, kind of collects condensation.
Yeah.
So it makes things really misty. And so first you think you might be getting close to a town. You're kind of deep in a valley, and the day started really bright, but it's starting to get a little bit like rainy. And you come really suddenly upon a huge patch of burned ground. And at first you're like, oh, the dragon like fought somebody here. And as you're going and you're going through the mist, this burned patch is way larger than a wormling could make. And you start to get a little bit nervous, and then you see charred tailbones of a huge red dragon. And you see in this patch of burned ground, suddenly as it kind of opens up as you walk through the mist, the huge charred remains of what looks like an ancient red dragon.
Fuck.
And it looks like, and this is something that you've heard, is that some dragons, the fire within them burns magically hot, and it's their will that holds it inside. And when that dragon dies, that fire starts to burn out of control and eventually will consume the remains of the dragon, which is what it looks like happened here.
So it's natural causes?
This dragon was killed.
Okay.
Not necessarily by fire, but then its own fire has consumed its body.
Gotcha.
So there's not much left but charred dragon bones, and even those are fragile. You could, if you grabbed some of these bones, they would probably just disintegrate into ash.
Yeah. But this is where the trail led, right?
Yeah.
So, is there any sign of activity here recently?
I'll have you make me a survival check. You can do it with advantage.
Okay.
Jeez.
27.
27? Yeah, it looks like, although this is not hot anymore, and it would have burned for a long time, you see evidence of that wormling, and you suspect that it either found this corpse or left and keeps coming back.
Okay.
And some of the trails are pretty recent.
Okay. So I want to find the most recent trail, and wherever that is, right as it exits out into the charred open area, I'm gonna put a snare, right?
Okay.
So it's a 5-foot radius that will grab a creature no matter how big it is.
Okay, sounds good. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Can I have you guys, like, scout around and help me try and find the most recent? Would that grant me advantage? If it's like a collective effort, do we need to make more of a group check?
No, that's fine. You can roll it with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
guidance.
Alright.
Because we both have guidance.
So... 23.
23. Okay. So you find a spot where you're like, this is pretty, like, this seems very recent. You put down a snare. You guys are kind of nearby. You've helped find the spot. As you kind of stand up and look out, you see the dragon stalking you, and it leaps at you.
Oh.
It doesn't get a surprise round because your perception check was high enough.
Okay.
You guys catch it just in time. Let's get a map out. And I need a red dragon wormling.
Yeah.
He's on the top. He's already out. He's in the silo. Will this be fine, this opening here?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
And where should we be positioned?
So it's maybe 15 feet away from you guys in the underbrush.
Threat's been detected.
Threat
Initiating protocol.
detected.
Um,
All right, roll initiative.
Oh, heck yeah, let's go.
Yes.
So Levi's going to cast Soren Whip at the dragon,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a 19 to hit.
And where are you at?
I'm right behind Luna.
What's the range on Thorn?
60 feet because of Spell Sniper.
Mm.
So does the next...
60 feet?
Yep, 60 feet. It's a 30 feet normally. Spell Sniper doubled it to 60.
Okay.
And then does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Cool. So the dragon takes 1d6 of damage, so it takes 1 damage. But it is then pulled 10 feet towards me
All right,
into
pull it.
the magical trap.
not
mean-
quite.
It's almost in the magical trap. It was 15 feet away,
Oh.
so it's now 5 feet away.
15 feet away from me, or 15 feet away from the
Yeah, you
trap
said
that I placed
from-
in front of me?
Because
So it should be right in front of the trap.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you put the trap in front of yourself.
yeah, and you said the
And it
dragon was 15 feet away
from
from
you.
Yeah.
Took 1
Okay.
damage.
Yep.
Cool. Numlock. Got it.
Got it?
Yep, that's it.
All right.
Nova.
Okay.
Nova.
Dream last night I could do a new thing, so I'm going to try it. I'm
Mhm.
going to shut my eyes and imagine the constellation of an archer that I saw in my dreams.
Disadvantage because you have your eyes closed.
Awesome. And Nova's body kind of goes a bit translucent, and you see the outline of the archer constellation in her form. So that's my bonus action.
Mm-hmm. And it's not a spell. It's a
No,
wild shape.
can't do much with that yet, but we'll come back.
No. I know. I'm surprised you haven't done it yet.
Yeah, alright. And then I am going to...
It's very shocking to all of you, by the way.
Mm.
Never seen anything like this before.
I would like to clarify something. When you use this specific type of wild shape, can you cast while you're wild shaped?
Yes.
Okay. It
Just
specifies
in
that?
a starry form.
Okay.
Well, because she doesn't actually
Yeah.
change forms.
Yeah.
It uses a wild shape, but it doesn't do anything that a wild shape does. Like, she's not changing forms. She's gaining abilities.
Yeah.
Wild shape actually changes her form.
And then I will call upon the stars to harass my enemy before me.
Go nuts.
And I will miss.
Mm-hmm.
That's my turn. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I mean, the thing's AC is pretty high, so even if
Yeah,
you roll
no,
well,
it's great.
it'd be-
Okay, that's my turn. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, so light shoots down, but the dragon is jerked forward out of the way, and you, star slams down behind the dragon, or starry light. And it is
Ian?
Ian.
Ian?
Threat has been detected.
Threat has been detected. Target identified. Threat level large.
And you're gonna run directly at it, right?
But having seen the snare, being somewhat intelligent.
Yeah.
And you see Luna is standing her ground. It doesn't look like she's trying to maneuver or like run away from it.
And
It seems like she's trying to get it to come towards her.
its programming. This is a well-known creature. Its
Mhm.
programming would know what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that that effect is there, he would want to shove it into that effect.
Mm-hmm.
So he is going, knowing that
Luna Nova is safe too, because Luna's in the way. He's going to attempt to shove into that magical effect.
Okay. You have to get on the other side of it because your shove is away.
Okay.
But you have the movement for it, so.
All right. Is that strength?
Strength athletics. So you can
Athletics.
roll your
Plus
athletics.
5.
We're gonna do.
20.
Wow.
That's real good.
That is really good. And I rolled an 8.
Nice.
So you kind of just see steam come out and
Okay.
Man, I'm so happy that combo worked.
Roll a dexterity save DC 13.
Dex
when does he have to
save.
do that?
Right
As soon
now.
as he goes into
As
it.
soon as
18. Yeah, the dragon
tried.
gets shoved into it. You see the trap whips, and the dragon like rolls, and the trap gets pulled up. And a flutter of wings. The dragon's still on the ground.
yeah. Seeing this,
Oh, that was good though. I was really nervous about that trap.
Yeah.
seeing this, I am action surges, knowing that this is a threat.
Nice.
And
Feels
he
bad, man.
I
gets
tried.
behind
Tried so hard.
and slashes.
You have advantage because of flanking rules.
You need another
50-20s.
Yeah, so you can roll 2d20s for your, assuming your attack. Yeah.
Oh, what do I got? Plus 5.
Nice.
16 plus 5, 21.
21 hits.
1d10 plus 3.
Nice.
Well, not great though. 6.
6 damage is damage. Is not bad.
And because I have Slasher, he has reduced speed.
Nice. 10 feet down.
Yes.
Awesome. 10 feet slower. Yeah, you slash, and the dragon kind of like, see it kind of jerks
Yeah.
and
Sorry.
It's okay.
tightens up. Nice. Okay, is that it for
That's all I can do.
Ian?
I noticed that neither of you guys behind me decided to move out of cone
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
range.
Yep.
So
Yeah, and you see exactly. That's what I was gonna do anyway, but you
this
got it.
guy.
It is not a huge cone. It's only a 15-foot cone. So it's a little guy, but I'm pretty sure that's enough for the tight cone that you guys have formed.
Yeah. You can count squares. This is a 30.
Yeah, you're all within 2 squares of. So the tank is the only one who doesn't get hit.
Hey, wait a minute.
immune unless I do something.
Yeah. She's in your back. You see, so the dragon, like, it whips around, it gets slashed, and you can see, you think it's gonna jump at you, but at the last second it stops and just goes back. It's like a cat about to hurl a hairball, and just and just coughs this huge gout of flame. Each creature make a DC 13 dex save. So not super hard, but
Okay, that's a 13.
16.
nice. Was that
That's a 20.
20? Nice. So you all pass. Take half damage. 7d6.
Oh, we're dead.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is gonna kill us.
So it's all of this. You take half damage.
It's
You'll be
gonna kill
fine. Oh, it's a lot of dice, but and I rolled a lot of ones.
That's
So
good.
that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 6 is 16, and one more die. So that is, that's a 6. Okay, so 22 divided by 2, 11 damage to each of you. Unless you're immune to fire.
Which,
Oh, it's not piercing or slashing, so I don't get my damage reduction.
oh my goodness, that would have been really bad. That would have knocked me out.
Fire! If you hadn't have passed, yeah, I know.
Well, you guys have learned a very important lesson with dragons, even though
Have
we
we
fought,
now?
three dragons?
Yeah, I know. So
We know
you're
I've
there
never
and
fought
you're
a
like,
dragon.
naturally, I'm going to take this. But as you get flamed, you look behind you, and the part of your brain is like, why are you standing right there? Like, because you're like in Slayer School where you learn to like team up on dragons, and it's like, you make a triangle around
Yep,
the dragon.
yep.
And you're like, oh, that's what the robot did. Why are you... Yeah.
Getting outplayed by literal bots.
Did sneak up on us.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Levi's
That
never
was
fought a dragon before. He's
that was-
learning.
bad news.
Bad news bears.
That was bad news. So the dragon is going to flame you guys, and then that is it for its turn. It is not going to move. It's going to stay right there.
Okay, so that means it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, that sucks.
It does.
You do have
Okay.
advantage at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to use my, it's not Hunter's Mark, it's favored foe. So I'm going to mark it as my favored foe if I can find the thing. I'll find it later.
Yeah.
But who knows if it,
Yeah, we know which one it is that you're
Yeah.
marking.
so that means that it'll take an extra d4 of damage when I hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. So I'm going to attack it. I'm going to pull out my sword and try to hit it. 2 14s for a total of 20.
What did it hit? Yes.
So d10 plus 4 plus a d4. So 7, 11 damage slashing.
You might want to step up for this.
I really can't.
No, it's our jobs to move to the sides.
Awesome.
Well, you'll see what.
Awesome. Yeah. Big hit on the dragon. It flames you, and you just like slash right across its face, and it flinches to the side as you cut its head. And then it is back to Levi.
Yeah. So Levi, just taking that full breath weapon, is going to bonus action wild shape into a brown bear.
Nice.
HP restored.
Ralph!
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna move off, and it's really unfortunate that I don't get advantage because we're not flanking. But he's going to do a bite and a claw attack. Does a 16 hit and does a 22 hit.
16 does not hit.
Okay, that was the bite.
Does.
And then this is the claw attack.
You get a multi-attack?
Yeah, multi-attack.
Okay.
Brown bears are nice. Yeah. So that is 5, that's 9 slashing damage.
Nice. Big hits. Yeah, you just rake this guy. Was it 9 you said?
Yep.
Perfect. Alright, we are at Nova again. With a guiding bolt.
That's right. Does 19 hit?
19 hits. Nice. Yeah, 46, right?
Yep.
Nice.
18 damage.
18 radiant.
Mm-hmm.
Big hits. Big hits and do some man. Awesome. That bloodies the dragon.
Nice.
You can tell dragon is rough.
Right, now my archer form is going to fling a radiant star at it.
Oh, is it a bonus action? Or what
Uh-huh.
is
It's
Yeah.
a bonus action.
It's not a spell.
Nice.
It's 26 to hit.
26 hits.
Right.
And you actually had advantage on that because you give yourself advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, guiding
So
bolt.
roll to see if you...
I did crit.
Nice. Nice.
That is
Yeah.
some crazy tactics.
Yeah.
So that's 15 damage. Nice.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah. Incredible. Oh, man. That
Level 2.
one
Level
turn.
2.
That one turn rocked. Yeah.
That's my turn.
How much damage you do in one turn there?
A lot. I don't
It's
know.
15, and then the first one was 18. So it's 32 damage at level 2 in one turn. Insane. Yeah. You can tell, like, that dragon gets burned by the star,
33.
and then frickin' 18 and 15? Yeah.
Mhm.
33. Yeah. 33 damage.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rough for the dragon. That was really rough. All right, samurai.
Slashing protocol activated
You're still flanking, so you have advantage.
with advantage. Oh boy. 16?
16 misses. Yeah, this the armor's just too tough. You slash, and just like hitting the side of this dragon.
Do you
Uh,
have action surge?
I only get one.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you-
one
you're
for
already-
short rest. Yeah.
Yeah, all I can do is second wind.
Alright.
Yeah. That was rough. All right. Dragon's turn. All right.
Please don't recharge.
Recharge your breath weapon on a 5 or a 6.
It's a 2!
Okay.
It's a 2.
Okay.
All right. Well, in that case,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Which of you is the
Slashing away at
most injured?
I have 9 hit points left.
9 hit points left. 6.
34.
34 hit. Oh, right. 'cause
I
you're a bear
transformed into
now.
a bear.
Right.
But
okay.
she is not adjacent to it. She's
Yeah.
30.
Right. Okay. So you're the most damaged adjacent to it, so it's gonna try to take you down. Which we'll do a bite. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Target. 1d10 plus 4 piercing
Okay.
and 1d6 fire damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Yep.
piercing.
you don't need to roll.
Fire.
Your flat damage will.
That is 10 damage to you.
Okay. I'm at 0.
Bam. Okay, so it takes you down. Yeah, just like leaps forward, bites you. It's like you're jerking you around and stuff like that, and you are out of the fight. But it doesn't have multi-attack. That's the only thing it's got right now. So let's go to Luna.
I get to make a death save.
Death save.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think actually the rules are your initiative goes to just before, so it's a full initiative count. I think I
Oh, is
remember
that
reading
right?
that, right?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so your
I think
initiative
it skips
is
your
now a 13.
Okay. Gotcha. So,
Bam! So you don't have to do a death save until it's almost its turn again.
gotcha.
Do you want to move the initiative count just
Yeah.
Also, if you get back up, you get to go before the dragon, which
Yeah.
is great.
I'll just do that.
Which is something I don't normally do,
Yeah, that
but it is the rule.
Yeah.
That's the way it's written, which it makes sense.
Gotcha. I'm glad you remembered because I did.
Yeah, because it sucks to be like, I just dropped, and I make a death save? Like, that's
Oh,
bullshit.
crit fail.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at Levi then.
Yeah, seeing the dragon just took out one of the fighters, Levi's gonna get in position to where Luna was.
Can he enter my space?
So just step over the corpse.
I
Yeah.
feel bad for you having that in your face. Oh.
I'm still taking up.
I'm
the
gonna
space I
rule
need.
no, only because in the midst of a fight, you would be very worried about stepping on Luna or accidentally hurting Luna more.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna rule that no, you can't, because it does create some weird things. Like if you step on the space and then resurrect them, where do they go, right? Or like bring them back to hit points, where do they go? So she is still occupying that space,
Okay.
unfortunately. Yeah, I do understand why you're doing that. And
Could I do like a bonus action object interact to kind of like nudge her 5 feet out of the way?
You'd have to do a shove, which would take one of your attacks. So you have multi-attack.
Drop-
You could sacrifice one of your attacks to
Pick her
shove.
up. Pick her up.
Drop
between all
yourself
of
in
them.
the initiative under me and I'll solve your problem for you. Just be going downward.
Yeah, fine. Yeah,
Good.
I'll just,
So
I'll just,
Or I can get in a flanking position too.
Just go underneath me.
yeah, I'll just swap position with Nova.
Okay. Well, okay. It's not technically how it would work, but it's fine. Shouldn't
We
matter.
know what we know. that.
Yeah. So Nova, go ahead.
Okay, I would like to cast Fairy Fire on him, please.
Okay. It is a 10-foot cube. Where are you going to place that cube? And it's all creatures with
Hit
it.
me.
So you've got to hit one of your friends.
I'll hit Luna with it.
Okay. You're going to, I think, automatically fail a dex saving.
Yeah.
So you are sparkled, but it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, Dex save.
What's that?
Dex
Dex
save,
save. Right. Dex is not one of their better. But they got a 14.
Fail.
Nice.
Bonus action, healing word
Woo!
for
Nice.
9.
All right.
That's my turn, thank you. If
Okay.
you want to Fairy Fire our big daddy.
Yeah, so Dragon is fairy fired. Luna's also fairy fired if you want to get an easy kill count.
I'm not trying to.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm
So you have
going
advantage, so roll them separately. Do bite first, say?
fight first. It's a 19. It's a 19 on the die.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be a
close.
hit. So
yeah, that is
so
the
the bite's
hit.
going to hit, and then the claw is going to be a miss because it's only a 15.
Yeah, that's a miss. Yep. Yeah, so hit with that bite.
So that's going to be 1d8 plus 4, which is 7 total damage.
7 damage. Got it. Yeah. Nice. Good hits. Okay, it is Ian.
If I were to move, I'd be in that fairy fire, right?
Fairy fire is instant. Yeah, so it's not fairy fire anymore. And you don't.
Hang out.
Yeah, it's no matter what you do, you're gonna get advantage on the dragon. So you
Right.
can move, you can stay there. It doesn't matter.
Right. So yeah, with my programming, I'm not too worried about it. It's obviously far enough away.
Mhm.
So, the slashing protocol is gonna continue.
Nice. Okay, roll with advantage.
20.
Nice crit.
Yep. So crits. Keep in mind, I get. I screw this up. I get a slasher critical hit.
Oh yeah.
So he is grievously wounded. So he has disadvantage on any
Any attack
any
rolls?
attack rolls.
Yes.
That's crazy good. All right, roll
1d8 plus 3 or 1d10 plus 3.
So
you
2d10. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
roll
that's right.
2d10
Yeah.
plus 3.
But then you add the same number.
Yeah.
I got. That is right. Critical. I get a double.
Same. You didn't roll it, you just moved it. So yeah.
Pretty good.
So 0's a 10.
0's a 10.
And then I think this is a wrong one, but that's a 1, I think. So I got
11 plus 3, 14 damage. How do you want to take this dragon down?
Nice.
You kind of hear his hydraulics like charge up, and then a swift kill.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was just like ravaging Nova. Right? And you Sealer, you come in, just bam, slam down with whatever you weigh, a ton of
Yeah,
metal.
just like a slash to the back of its head because it's facing away from me. You know, like a slice right through the back of the
Yeah.
neck, and boom.
Yeah, neck, and then, yeah, just like...
With machine accuracy.
Yeah,
Nice.
you were worried that it was going to be like a lot of like fighting and struggling to get this dragon down. But yeah, you cut something in that neck, you just get right under a scale. It's still a young dragon, scales haven't fully formed yet.
Mhm.
And just sever something, and the dragon goes limp instantly. Congratulations. You actually did the job that you got paid for. Or kind of didn't get paid for.
Well, yeah. Thank you guys. Now that that's taken care of, maybe we could take a nap.
Yeah, you guys want to take a quick short rest?
Yeah.
That would be a good idea. That is a CR4 creature.
Wow.
So congratulations, being a level 2 party.
Sentry mode activated.
Just the head just spinning, just rotating.
His blind sight around him, and then
Mhm.
long range scanners.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so yeah, you guys take a short rest. You are uninterrupted for an hour. I did want to use that cute little red wormling that you guys printed.
Oh, I'm
It's so
finding
cute.
it.
We'll have to fight hordes of more red dragons.
I see.
Yeah, so you take a short rest, and yeah, you look at this dragon, and it looks like this was like an ancient red dragon with one of its kind of hatchlings, and something killed it.
Hmm.
Which
So
is
the ancient red dragon's corpse is like totally burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
Right? You said that its bones would like.
Yeah, there's essentially nothing left of
Yeah,
this.
so there's no way that I could identify like an injury or anything like that.
Make me an investigation check.
Oh, okay.
While she does that, can I scout around to see what else could have been in this area that could have been battling it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yes. Yeah, roll me, say, probably nature is probably the best.
16 investigation.
16 investigation. Okay, let me see this nature check really quick. No.
Eight.
An 8? Yeah, I think, you don't come with anything special, but there are things in the world that you think could take down a dragon. There are sort of what you might call natural enemies to a dragon. You're talking like kaiju battle kind of stuff, right? You don't see evidence of that kind of a fight, right?
So
It's
no
not
giant
like
pandas were here.
yeah, it's not like
that.
giant panda. It's not like there was a Tarrasque. There'd be a bunch of trees. There'd be, like a Godzilla thing would leave a trail. Looking all around this, you don't see anything like that.
Okay.
What you see is, once again, it's really difficult to piece together a lot, but you see something in, like, the dragon sort of, like, it clearly, like, it fell on its side, right? It kind of died on its side. You see, like, the wings splayed out behind it. It's kind of curled like this. There's a part that doesn't fit with the rest of it, which is right where the dragon's heart is, and it looks like, kind of like a gush out, right? And a gush of fire, right? Because inside the dragon is fire. And what you imagine is that this looks like, rather than being like I said, like a kaiju battle where there was like a bunch of bludgeoning hits, this looks like the dragon was at least finished by like a piercing weapon to the heart, something very accurate.
Yeah.
And it could be something natural, like a scorpion sting would do something like that, but also, a ballista, some kind of magical sword, right? That like for lack of a better like description, like a paladin with a holy avenger stabbing a dragon in the heart, something like that would cause a weapon injury like this.
Okay, so clear injury, but there's no like arrow sticking out of it, or
There's no arrow sticking out. There's nothing like left of whatever did this. There's not like a spine or something like that. And there isn't like a lot of trees felled around, so this dragon wasn't like, there's the burned patch, which is more than just you would get from the dragon dying itself. It looks like there was like breath weapon damage to some of this. I mean, the way things are folded over, like there was that rush of fire. And that's more scattered, so it's not like one breath or whatever. So it looks like there was a bit of a battle here, but it wasn't like two dragons fighting each other. This wasn't what you would see in like two dragons fighting for territory or something.
So based on that,
They usually
can
have horns.
Levi take a look around and see if like because assuming that since it probably was like we're assuming like a human or something did this or a smaller creature.
It could be.
Yeah, we don't know. We're just making assumptions here. But
Yeah.
could I look for any other tracks that are like non-dragon tracks?
Yeah. Roll me survival.
Okay. Nope.
Yeah, you don't see any other tracks or anything. There's a lot. I mean, and this had, like I said, you think the dragon would have burned for quite a while, maybe days at least. And the corpse is cold, so it's been days. So if there were tracks, they're gone now. The forest is healed or whatever. Been confused enough. The paths have been confused enough that you don't see anything.
Nova brings up a good point that the dragon may have had a horde, but there doesn't seem to be any like cave nearby.
Yeah, I'll have you roll me a nature check.
Okay.
For that, because that does occur to you. Now, dragons could fly a while. So this could have been, like, if it was hunting, it could be miles and miles from wherever it's hoarded.
Yes. Did you say nature?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be a 15.
15. So on a 15, one thing that, and this is from your knowledge of, like, how, I want to say, like, economies work, whatever the natural version of economy is. I'm a business guy. So, ecology, I guess. Like, the ecology of a dragon is like, a dragon this big isn't just going to be in the wild, right? Like, this kind of dragon changes the way that nations are formed, right? If it was just, like, out there or whatever, like, it would affect a lot.
I did think it was rather strange that it's just in the middle of the woods in Vermont.
Yeah. So
presumably near towns.
Yeah, so who knows why it's out here? There's not enough gold to make a dragon want to be out here, right? There's also probably not enough, like, food. Now, at least in my world, dragons are sustained mostly by their hordes. They don't really eat much, but there's not enough gold for the dragon to want to be here.
So it may have been fleeing or
trying to rescue its baby from
killing
it.
And what you know, whatever is the reason it's here right now, because dragons do range far and wide, this isn't its home. It's not gonna live anywhere near. This is the kind of dragon that, it's almost like the kind of thing you would have heard about. Like this dragon lives in the Misty Mountain and everything around it is devastation, right?
Yeah.
Now, not all dragons are just going to devastate everything around them, but that's the kind of effect it would have on a local area. So,
one more question.
Mm-hmm.
How dangerous would it be for me to skin a wormling?
You could get burned. You could get badly burned, but it probably wouldn't knock you unconscious.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Any resources that can be gained from a dragon corpse, I want to attempt to preserve.
Cool. Roll me survival.
Okay.
Can
you help me?
I was gonna say Levi will probably help because he's very familiar with skinning.
You keep it on its back here with its legs splayed out like this, and I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah. So, good luck.
Does that give me advantage?
Sure.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing because I had a 4 and a nat 20.
Nice.
What? You said a survival?
Yeah.
So with guidance, 22 plus my survival of 5 is 27.
27. Yeah, nice. You recall a way to sort of bleed that fire, because even a wormling is going to have a pretty hot fire in. And you know that people have gotten badly burned just like gutting them.
Yeah.
And so there's a way you can pop into like its inferno and bleed that out. So you managed to bleed that out.
Like a pressure release valve.
Yeah, like a pressure release valve, essentially. You hit it in the chest with your dagger, and just like the flame shoots out, and you're like, yeah, if I would have just fucking cut that, it would have exploded right in my face. Yeah. But yeah, you managed to bleed it, and then you get the guts out. In the heart is a ruby worth 250 gold pieces, so you guys get that.
Okay.
And then you have a dragon skin and the teeth. So I would say those are the things that you know are worth money.
Okay.
Is the dragon heart ruby for 250 gold pieces, wormling skin, red wormling skin, and dragon teeth. The wormling skin might not be enough to make a full suit of like dragon scale.
Okay.
But you know, if somebody were to make like dragon skin gloves or something like that, it's well suited to that as being a little bit more flexible than
like an older
dragon. Yeah, like an ancient dragon, you're not going to be able to make gloves out of any of that. The scales are too big.
Yeah.
So yeah, good for, I mean, like, at the very least, like a blacksmith would love some dragon skin gloves, which are extremely rare, but would be very valuable working with fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys have got that. And yeah, so you're just inside the borders of Brunei. You've gone south a little bit, and so this has taken up quite a big chunk of the day. You probably can't even make it to Ushai before the sun goes down, but you can start heading north if you want.
Do you guys want to make camp here, or do you want to try to make some headway?
Oh, we should probably make some headway.
Okay, did we decide to take a short rest?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I'm gonna do my hit dice really quick.
Oh, yeah, so I already did that, so.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, Levi's gonna pull Luna inside and be like, "Oh, hey, does this make us even for payment that I owed you?"
Sure, you do.
Oh, thank you.
But when we go back to your coven, we need to have a talk with them because they misrepresented how dangerous that thing was. Not mad at you, you're not the one that told me what it was, but
I'm pretty sure they didn't mean to. That's not in their nature to do that. They probably didn't realize how dangerous it actually was, or else we would have taken care of it ourselves.
yeah,
I'm really sorry about that.
sorry. I appreciate that you did your best to exact payment, and I feel like we're square.
If it's not too much, is it alright if I continue traveling with you guys? Or are you gonna try to send me back? I'm sincerely enjoying my time here. I know at first it was just to get a payment, but I feel like I've really finally found a group that I belong with.
I feel like you're invested in the well-being of the children, and we still have that to take care of, so I don't see why you shouldn't stay with us.
Oh, thank you. Means a lot.
I second that.
Awesome.
Ryan, you have any issues with this?
He does not have administrator rights to ask that question.
Shoot. And I forgot my password.
You can take instruction from Luna, also.
Noted.
Alright, so let's try and make a little bit of headway before making camp. Do we want to go into the night, or?
Maybe a little bit, not too much. We should rest also.
Okay.
We should find a good clearing and set up camp. You know, we don't want to go too far into it. It can get dangerous in the woods.
I mean, we're already in the middle of
I know
about the
but
biggest clearing we're going to find.
So we're sleeping with the dragon corpse.
well, at least we'll be warm.
Alright, so you guys are gonna sleep here?
How late is it?
I'd say like mid-afternoon, 3-4 o'clock.
Yeah,
Oh.
we should spend a couple hours.
Yeah, we
trying
should
to
spend a
find
couple
place.
hours doing that then. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely time. Okay, you guys start to head north. Maybe a survival check just because you guys are in the bit of the... Roll 14d20 and take the highest.
Yeah.
That is a 22.
22. Nice.
213.
Yeah, you have no trouble finding. You guys always roll doubles on your... You should give something special.
Mm.
And do something horrible to you when you roll double.
Yeah.
Unless it's double next month.
I don't know. Yeah, so you guys head up kind of north and whichever direction, east or west, I can't remember because I don't have the map in my mind. But you find the road again pretty easily. East. So you guys head kind of northeast. You find the road again pretty easily. You're heading north. You get to that grove of trees. You want to just go through the grove of trees?
We're gonna
We'll
go
go
around
around
You're gonna
it.
go around it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys go around the grove of trees for some reason. And you get a little bit further north. And I would say, you go a little bit later into the night than you usually do, but the sun is set, the moon is up and pretty close to full. You could keep going, but you're maybe an hour or two away from Ushai when the moon rises and the sun sets.
We should just...
Yeah, I think we should try and push through and maybe stay in an inn tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You said we're an hour away.
Yeah,
Couple
an
hours,
hour or
maybe.
two. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
So
It's bright with the moon out.
Yeah, there's plenty of, and the road is very clear and easy to see.
Can
So
you see
since
in the
we-
dark?
no, Levi cannot see in the dark.
Humans.
But what Levi will do is mutter a prayer to Tsukiyomi to guide their way back to town, especially with a full moon out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll me a religion check.
I don't know about how far it's
12.
night.
12. Yeah, I would say everything counts as dim lighting right now, so you can see okay. But if you try doing like a perception or something, perception based, you'd be at disadvantage.
He has flight.
So normal.
Okay,
With
yeah,
10 feet.
within 10 feet. So
So I would roll normally then.
yeah, so you just roll normal, exactly, which is sort of the gift of.
Would you like to carry a light source?
He'll just produce flame on his on with his shield because that's usually how he does. He's used to being out by himself and delving, doing ruins.
And it's approximately a torch.
Yeah,
Right?
it's basically a torch.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are gonna keep moving on into Ushai.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys get back to Ushai. It seems, most people are asleep. Kind of seems like a peaceful night. Few lights, lanterns, and things like that lit, but for the most part, it's dark and people are asleep. You want to head back to the Forest Dragon,
Yeah. Yeah.
where you stayed before?
Yeah.
And do you want to get private rooms again?
Yes. But I'm not paying for them this time.
You could just do 2 private rooms, girls and boys.
Okay.
Yeah, how much was it?
Or if you're gonna sleep with the girls, I don't know.
I mean, I would just
It's a
stand
gold
in the-
per room.
I would just stand in the hallway scanning.
Mm.
Sentry mode.
So the question is, do you want your own room?
There's also a common room.
I'll just take a common room.
The common room?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's just a silver to sleep in the common
Okay,
room.
yeah.
Yeah, you're used to like lice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He's like the bed's probably getting something from him.
Yeah.
yeah. That is
They're like,
actually
"Ooh."
probably fair.
Okay.
He's
And
dirty.
Nova's gonna pay for a private room this time for the ladies.
I have 12 gold left. How much is it?
It's 1 gold for
Yeah, I'll
the
pay
night.
for it.
Yep.
And then it's 1 silver, right?
Yeah, 1 silver for you.
Where did all your money go?
Toys for the kids.
Right.
Important things.
Yeah.
And okay.
So you do your sword.
Those, rocking horse for hefty boys.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Yeah. They're built sturdy.
Slashing
That's built sturdy.
abilities, though.
Yeah, but then
Buy one for
you
life.
still get that. But then-
Yeah, luckily Levi has a little bit of he has some.
I guess you just have to be slashed.
Doesn't have much.
No.
But he's got enough to survive for a bit.
It's
Your
just
long
less
sword is
damage,
1d8,
you know.
so 1d2,
Um,
then you get that bullet.
Especially because he's always slept in nature, so he'd never spend his money on the ends.
What did you buy anything last time you guys were in town? Did you,
I just bought jerky and stuff, and I shared it with the and salt.
you bought the salt?
Well, for what it's worth, Luna actually has my gold, so she'd still be paying for this, but with
Mhm.
my portion of gold.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't.
But I'm not keeping track of your
I'll
gold,
keep
right?
track of
Okay.
it, but you have it.
Okay, you wake up in the morning in Ushai in your warm, comfortable beds, or less so. You feel as stiff as like your joints are made out of metal.
All systems go.
Mm-hmm. Typical, just standard. Yeah, like a couple of people, like the night crew or whatever, like the guy who's watching the desk at night, like they walk up and down the call and like progressively through the night, 3 or 4 times, but they keep giving you weirder and weirder looks. Like to have a guard outside your room is like, all right. But then they're like, you're just fucking standing there. Like, what the hell? All right, but they also don't mess with you because they're just like, all right, like this clearly. That's kind of like, I mean, whenever you have a guard outside your room, like the image is, don't talk to me, right? So yeah, you're left alone, but yeah, you get some weird looks. And okay. All right, so you guys wake up in Ushai. What are your plans while we're here?
Let's try and find someone who can lift the curse on Kenzo. Yes.
If the witch dies, does the curse automatically go away?
We don't know that it's the same witch.
No.
I want to be very clear. You don't know that is a witch. And
Yeah.
by that, I don't mean it's a witch, but your characters don't know. I mean, it really has not been
Yeah,
established
that's true.
whether that is a witch or not.
Yeah, it's just
There's a lot of assumptions being
Yeah, this is Levi's personal prejudice shining through right now. He is, like, adamant
Yeah.
that this
Now,
is
if
a
you
witch.
guys say, I firmly believe that's a witch, that's fine. But just to be clear, I have not confirmed
Yeah.
or, like, said anything about that being a witch.
Yeah, all of my assumptions are for erring towards caution in protecting the children. So if we assume that everything over there is a threat, we won't be surprised. Or we'll only be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Set the
or-
bar so low that it's not hard to pass.
So is there someone in town who might be more knowledgeable than we are for lifting the curse? A priest or
Roll. I'm gonna need either a history check or a religion check to find someone that.
are any of you more knowledgeable
I have
for
a
that?
+1 in history.
Our robot is.
Search database.
Guidance.
Search your data.
Luna has been given permissions to access database. Searching.
Yeah, because you said a priest. I
You
mean, if
need
you
a-
also
you need
would
a D4,
accept
give you
like a
guidance.
sorcerer or
guidance.
something,
Yep.
or another witch, then you could roll Arcana. But I don't know if it's gonna help anyone.
15, 20, 21.
Oh,
21 on a
my
history
God.
check. What?
Well, it's 16 plus 4 plus 1.
Nice.
So
Guidance.
I have a lot of data on this town apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, so you think that the best, and this will make sense why you rolled so. You you think 'cause you don't know
they're wrong.
anything, but what you know is that there are like monks or holy people would be the ones who are like the priests of this world. There was a group of monks that you guys saw in town, probably staying at or recently stayed at the mayor's estate. So coming from a place where monks do a lot of ritual and things like that, like the kingdom that you came from, Kirino Nakano, their monks will do a lot of things. Monks and people like that trained Nova. They would be the ones who would be the most. Mhm.
Didn't you have some interest in those monks that came through? You seem to be kind of eyeing them.
Interest in a boy.
Okay.
What's so wrong with them?
Not to pry.
No, it's a genuine question. Levi does not know. He doesn't understand why you're trying to avoid.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So, if we go talk to them, you don't want to come over.
I could come within your pocket.
They went and visited the governor, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they're like staying in the palace.
You saw them go in. You didn't see them come out, and
Yeah.
tradition or whatever. You're like they just probably are there.
Yeah. Am I wrong in assuming that we're not really welcome there?
I think that you have enough insight to know that you're probably not welcome. You really burned your bridges. I mean, and when I say you, as a group, you really burned your bridges the last time you were
Yeah.
with the governor. You could sneak in again. That went well. But walking in the front door is probably not going to go well.
Yeah. Man, that's tough. I don't know that I'm really willing to risk sneaking in just to talk to a few monks who might know some things about possibly helping Kenzo.
You don't think sneaking in, finding the monks, hoping that they're going to be on your side and convincing them to go out into the forest to lift the curse on a monk or on a giant a day's travel away, it's going to go...
When you put it that way, it does seem a little harebrained.
Okay.
But
I just wanted to summarize.
But that is really good information to have. Maybe somebody else in Kinto, perhaps, would fill a similar role.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Kinto is a big enough town that even if you guys haven't been to Kinto, you know enough about it. There's like a temple district, and there are actual like priests and things like that. Anything from shaman to priest to sorcerer kind of things in a temple that would be able to fill that role. And also like, magicians, like wizards, essentially, you could find in Kinto. Not like there's a lot of them, but you're like, if there's not a wizard in Kinto, you'd be shocked.
Is there like a single unified temple like service that these monks serve?
No.
Okay.
So, in the Yamato Umi, the whole continent is very decentralized as far as religion. There are, once again, like this kind of structure of the world is that in like the general knowledge is that dragons used to be worshipped by everyone. The gods came, went to heaven, kicked the dragons out of heaven. So now dragons are in the world. The gods are in heaven, but that's just like a thing that people believe. Who they worship and sort of make sacrifices to or whatever is the spirits, because the spirits are there. So dragons are there, but not helpful generally unhelpful. And also the dragons seem more concerned with, like, stories about dragons have them be more concerned with getting back into heaven and their war with the gods. Spirits are the ones who are going to actually help people and interact with people and have a lot bigger effect on your life, right? You're going to worship, a spirit of the land, if you're a farmer, or a stream or something to give you good crops. Spirits of the air to make it rain, things like that, which are all going to be local. There's no, like, I'm the great spirit kind of deal.
So who are these monks that you are trying to avoid? Do they have like a particular dress code or something that we can look out for?
It's hard to say because there's different sects of them, and I haven't really gone through what differentiate the good from the bad just yet. I think I more need to do some observing before I start doing interacting.
Above board, are they wearing like the same clothing as Nova is?
She would be wearing something unique to her.
Okay. Good.
Are these monks a threat to you?
It's a possibility that they are.
We shall eliminate the threat.
It's an equal possibility that they are not.
Shall I eliminate the threat?
They don't know we're here, so if we retain the element of surprise, if they do find us, then maybe we could,
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Shall I eliminate the threat?
No, not at this time. At ease.
I would say I don't know about you, I don't know how much you interact with like the world at large, but to the world at large, even the concept of monks being a threat or like needing to eliminate monks is pretty shocking.
Okay.
Right. It's not like, we're talking monks not in like the D&D class of monk. We're talking monks in like, oh, you mean the people who generally are like pacifists, who are like, you're almost obligated to have like a sense of welcome to, and to like, they live off of charity and they devote their lives to it. You're like those people, like the ascetics who
So in this
don't
world,
want anything.
in this world, we know that we couldn't bribe them or something. Speaking out of character.
So you know that everyone's an individual, and their could be evil monks, and like, you know, it's kind of these things where like maybe there's a story about like an evil sect of monks or whatever, but it's like, is that real? Like, maybe. And it's conceivable that there would be like a greedy monk or something like that, right? But also it is sort of anathema to the stereotypical monk, right? So yeah, like if you found out that there was a monk that was a serial killer, you'd be shocked, but also like it's like, oh, that's crazy, but you wouldn't be like, that's not possible. It's like, well, it's possible, but that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to go buy enough food and supplies for everybody to last for the trip to Kinto.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll probably be able to like forage and hunt on the way to kind of supplement. So I'll probably buy just like enough to get there,
Just enough,
and
if
then
you need.
supplement as we go.
Okay.
And then is there maybe a wagon I could buy here?
I have your old investigation. It's a low DC. I mean, you're looking for a wagon, which
Okay.
you're not going to be like hidden somewhere.
Gotcha.
Guidance.
Well, are you there with me?
Am I?
What are you doing?
Are you coming with me to go look
Yeah.
for a wagon?
I'm always supposed to.
Yeah, everyone tells.
Gotcha.
what they're doing.
8. Which is pretty good for me.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I would say on an 8, you're looking to buy a wagon.
Yeah.
You don't find like a wagon shop.
Well, yeah.
You're really looking around and you're like, that would be ideal. You find a carpenter, which you're like, that they should sell wagons. They don't. They look at you like you're stupid. They're like, that's a totally different thing. And you're like, it's not, but whatever.
They're made of wood, you work with wood.
Yeah, you're like,
That's
it's
the difference.
wood. I don't get it. They're like, no, it's like the wagon wheels are like a totally different thing, whatever, right? So you're not finding anything. But you do see, after looking for a while and not finding much success, you do see a couple of wagons, and you're like, there's some wagons, and maybe I could buy those wagons. So you see, it's 3 wagons, sort of partially laden with goods. You end up talking to someone. If someone would organize my notes, I could tell you who it is. They probably have a name. But, not everyone with a name is important. So they say, here we go. Yeah, so, yeah, Taro Ichiban
Nice.
he's this thin, kind of fidgety merchant, and what you find is he's not selling his wagons. He is a merchant, and he's actually going south to north to Kinto. So he's a merchant that goes to Kinto. He's from the coast.
So you're going back home?
Yes. Yeah, so he says, I need these wagons. I'm about to leave to head back to Kinto with silks.
Dangerous road. Do you have guards?
He says, no, actually, all the guards are... So a lot of the fighting men, fighting aged men, have gone north to either join the revolt or fight against it, or are already guarding another caravan because the roads are so much dangerous now.
Well, you're in luck because I'm a slayer, and I have a group of 4 other people who are battle-hardened. I mean, we just killed a dragon.
Jeez. Yeah, actually, so he says, sorry, I'm trying to get the amounts here. Yeah, so he's paying, up to 50 gold pieces for experienced fighters.
Per person?
Yeah, 50 gold per guard.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of money, but it's also, it's a week's worth of work, and you're going to end up in a different town, which is why it's 10 gold a day, and you're in somewhere where you're not from.
Yeah.
So it's expensive.
It's
And
pretty
also,
fair for skilled labor, though.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
skilled labor, and it's kind of like project work, right? So it's like if you had a job that paid, 10 or 7 gold a day, it'd be a crazy good job.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, it's inconsistent though, because it's like 1 week on, 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what he's dealing with, and things are very dangerous.
He's leaving today.
He's leaving tomorrow. So later in the day,
Okay.
he's gonna leave tomorrow at first light. And actually, it's an extra 50 gold per person for anyone who is of the samurai class. So if you can get someone who's like a real samurai, like a ronin
Oh, I see.
or whatever, then
As in, like, the social...
the social class
Yeah.
of samurai,
Yeah.
then he'd pay 100 gold for that.
Mhm.
Partly because it's just better evidence that you're actually an experienced fighter, right?
Right.
Someone who's actually a samurai.
He's not...
No, it's something else.
You might be able to
Query
pass him off as a samurai, but it would take some doing.
Query Ion. Ion?
I am.
I am. Query Ion. Are you a samurai? As in the social class of samurai?
My memory has been distorted.
I'm gonna say that's a yes.
I mean, he looks a lot like a samurai.
Yeah.
Here's a question, and this is something you can decide. Do you have, in the West, it would be heraldry, right? But it's like a symbol that's like, oh, this flag or whatever means me, and all of my retainers would have this. Now, you don't have retainers, 100%, we're sure. You don't have retainers, you don't have people that, like, work for you, because you're a robot. But do you have, like,
Iconography or
iconography, like heraldry on you that's just yours alone?
Like a clan crest.
Or is it you use the crest
You can
of...
see that he's fully decorated samurai.
Mhm.
You can tell that from his insignia. I don't know if it's four gold bars or whatever, but
Yeah.
whatever it is in that culture, you can see he's high up.
Mhm.
But he doesn't know because he has errors in his memory.
Yeah. So, and well, that's the question.
you
Like,
would pass
you
it
know,
off,
like, so
but he wouldn't know.
some families would have, like, oh, our symbol is,
Oh,
like,
sure.
a lotus leaf
Look
or
at the
something
banner
like that.
behind him.
Right? Yeah, so...
That's
What? Are you
a
talking to me?
three-headed dragon.
Yeah, right.
on a
It's like
black
something
beast.
like that. And this symbol means me.
Yeah.
Or do you wear, is all your symbology like her family crest? Which
He
is
he
the Satori
has
family crest.
symbology on him. I
Mhm.
don't know if that was white. Was it? I haven't gotten
He's
that in
decorated in
depth.
gold dragons all over.
Mhm.
Okay.
So here's the question. Would your family have him wearing only the Satori family crest? Or does he have... Because you can have symbols where it's like, I'm this person, and you can tell that I'm allied with this family, but I have my own crest.
Mhm.
So that's the question is he independent enough to have his own crest, or are you just like your Satori? Okay.
Or was he washed? I'm not sure.
But everybody on the island would wear that also. So I don't know how you need
Well,
to
so
make that.
like samurai class, warrior class that were allied with you would have their own symbols. So like that group of soldiers that came, they were National Army soldiers, but they don't just have the National Army crest. They have the crest of some other
he would
class.
just have our families.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have it.
He wouldn't have his own like name or whatever. Okay, so here's the thing. You can pass that off as your own because it's not well known. But once again, so you could potentially convince someone that he was a samurai for an extra 50 gold pieces, or you could not worry about it and just take 50 gold pieces per person.
It does seem a little dishonest since we don't know for certain. That's interesting that you don't remember, but maybe we could help you figure that out at some point.
Possibly.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the money.
Okay. Yeah, so this guy is headed north. He said they're not taking the main road. They're taking a road that's a little bit longer, called the Old Road. I mean, called the Old Road. Everyone just calls it the Old Road. I'm sure there's a lot of old roads. But they're like, I'm not taking this road. I'm taking the Old Road because the main road goes through Daimyo Atamori's his region, his county, and they're currently in revolt. So Daimyo Atamori is in revolt against the National Army, or the nation at large, which means if you can get through as a caravan, it's very difficult, and more than likely all your stuff's going to be confiscated for the war effort. So the Old Road kind of goes around a little bit. Just a little bit more through the wilderness, but it avoids kind of the most active parts of this revolution.
Okay. We accept your terms. We have 5 people, and we will meet you at a location of your choosing in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. He just tells you to meet at the north edge of town.
We should ask him about the woods along the path that we could avoid.
You're there with me.
He also says he's got 3 wagons, but silk has been in short supply in Ushai, difficult to get at any price, and so he can make room on one of the wagons.
Okay.
Like if some of you don't want to walk the whole way or whatever, or
Yeah.
if you have stuff you want to take, it's not going to be a fully loaded caravan.
Okay.
Because you were trying to buy a wagon.
Yeah.
May I ask him about that little bunch of woods along the path that we keep avoiding, if he knows anything about what's through there?
Yeah. I'll have you roll me a history check. 2. Yeah, he doesn't go south really. But what he does know is that traders used to go south, and then like a few years ago they stopped, right? Like that road was used, and then there were some kind of problems he doesn't know the specifics of, but people stopped going along that south road.
Maybe that's where the Don't Head South was.
Actually, it was like 6 months ago. Sorry, not
Okay.
not a couple years ago, like 6 months ago.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay, is there anything else you guys want to do to prepare? You've got some food. You've got a caravan to go with. You're going to get some money along the way.
Yeah, I was curious how much a horse or another type of pack animal might be.
I'd say in Ushai at this point, they're probably regular price in the player's handbook prices.
I will attempt to find that if I
So-
can get it to load.
Yeah, things are reasonable there. I think it's like 15 gold here. It's not super expensive. It's probably more. It's probably some ludicrous amount that I've forgotten.
Okay.
Pack horses aren't that expensive. Riding horses a little bit more because of training.
Okay.
A draft horse is 50.
A
50?
draft horse, so that's more of like a workhorse for pulling a wagon.
Yeah.
A riding horse is 75.
Riding horses, are more expensive.
Alright,
You
that's
talk-
maybe out of my
talk
budget.
a merchant into loaning you one,
Ooh.
since got stuff.
Yeah. He is just kind of offering us seats on the wagon. Do you think that's acceptable?
Well,
I think that's okay.
Yeah, he's
Are
got,
you too
it's
heavy
2
for the
horses
wagon?
per wagon. He's got
I'd
horses
probably
pulling
walk
his
it.
wagons. 2 horses pull
Yeah.
wagon, and he's only
Yeah.
got the 6 horses. So
Yeah.
you can ride a horse that's pulling a wagon. You can do that.
Mhm.
But there's not a great reason to do that right now because you can just sit in a wagon, which is probably
Alright. Well then, I'll just spend money on food and call it good. Is there anything else that you guys want to do while we're here? Do you have, like, armor, a ranged weapon, potions? I have a couple of potions to hand out if you guys don't have any, but...
better weapons would increase our survivability, but
Mhm.
he doesn't want to. He doesn't have the desire to
equip himself more.
What do you have right now?
Hand axe and just a longsword.
Okay. Do you have a shield?
He does not have a shield.
Would you like a shield?
His programming is better suited for two-handed
Okay.
fighting.
Ooh,
Two
but if we got you like a big sword, would that work?
He could do two-handed easily.
Is there a weaponsmith in town? Let's go check out a weaponsmith. We'll see if they've got like a big axe or a pole arm or something like that.
You gotta remember he's a robot, so he doesn't have like desire for things.
Yeah. So, I guess it's up to Nova then. What do you think we should equip him with? I mean, increased range would be really good for you. So like a pole arm would be cool. But then also, like, if we got you a really big sword, that would just be a lot of damage. So, I guess it also depends on what the shop in town.
Currently,
Has.
he carries 2 so that he can make an attack on his bonus action as well.
Ah, okay.
So
Gotcha.
if he's doing a two-hander, he would be able to do that.
Yeah.
So it might make sense to switch him when he has 2 attacks and get him a bigger
Okay.
weapon then.
Sorry, were you saying that you're built for, like, dual wielding or using a single big weapon?
He can do either.
Gotcha.
He has extensive programming for destroying things.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And the hand axe is light?
Currently, he has a hand
So
axe
he could bonus action.
and a longsword.
Okay.
And a dagger. But
Gotcha. What does this weaponsmith look like? Are they like well?
So it's the Iron Fang, which is where
Yeah.
you guys were before.
Yeah.
So you know that guy. He does have an arrangement of fairly common quality weapons, but he's got a few different things: short swords, small axes. A lot of the axes are like hatchets and things, which are mainly for chopping wood, but are really effective as hand axes essentially. And then he does have one what would be considered a great sword. It's the style is almost like your sword. It's a long curved sword. It's not of the quality of a slayer. What's the word for the slayer sword? I forgot.
Ginoken. It's a
Ginoken.
silver sword.
So it's not a Ginoken, but it is a single bladed curved sword, and it's longer. It's not like wide like some like European longsword or two-handed swords are. It's not like a claymore, but it is a lot longer than like a longsword.
Okay.
It's like an extra foot and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So quite long.
Okay. Do you, Ryan? Oh fuck. But do you, as the player, want to try out having a big fucking sword that does 2d6 damage, or do you want to stick with what you got?
the robot does not care as long as he has weapons.
All right. I mean, if you're happy with the bonus action attack right now, then maybe we can spend some money later. But
He has a light crossbow, which he has because a lot of pieces of crossbow are actually metal, so you need a blacksmith to make them. So he has a light crossbow, and I don't know if I don't think he has. Doesn't have a ranged weapon that you've seen, except for the hand axe. So you can try to convince him to do that, but that's the only hole I see in things that you have. But
He's a warforged fighter in essence, so he can handle a lot of different types of weapons.
yeah, what's your dexterity?
It's +2.
+2?
it's not bad.
So, two options. Either we could get you a few things like javelins or more like hatchets that you could throw that uses your strength, so you'd still have a higher bonus. But I mean, with a good dex, having a really long range from that light crossbow would be nice for you.
With his programming that you've seen already, he prefers to get in between the enemy and Nova.
Okay.
So he's not really a rangey kind of guy. He will do everything he can to eliminate the target, as you've seen.
Okay. Does he have like javelins?
Although his
Yeah.
program can be, changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see in the corner, he's got a few of the Ashigaru spears, which can be used as. He's got some of them that are lighter. There's a few different styles depending on like what people like. Some of them are lighter. Like you're like maybe they were made for halflings or something like that. But they're basically javelins. They would give the function of javelins.
Okay. Let's buy like 3 of those for you just to have an option to have like a ranged thing that you can just huck at somebody and then whip out your sword.
Sure. Yeah. You can just keep them at that.
Yeah. So how much are those?
They'd be regular price. So whatever javelin prices. So
Pretty cheap.
3 javelins.
they're super cheap.
We're buying Ian some javelins, so he has a ranged option.
Excellent. You can use a longbow too as a samurai, can't you?
It's a martial
yeah.
weapon, so yeah.
Might be worth it.
You use almost any weapon, yeah. Where the javelin would use its strength modifier, I think, though.
Yes. Exactly.
Makes sense.
So
Yeah.
that's why we're trying to max
A
this
half
out.
gold piece.
Okay, so 1 gold and a silver. Or 5 silver.
5 silver.
Yeah, that's it.
He just sticks them on, and for some reason it's like a magnet. The metal just
Yeah.
sticks back.
Alright.
Chicken.
Awesome. Well, we got you a ranged option. I've got a ranged option. You've got a ranged option. And you've got a ranged options.
Jeez,
So I
cheat stuff.
Yeah, well, basically everything I have.
Do you stay in star form for like the full duration?
What about an hour, I think?
I think it's 10
Yeah, it's-
minutes.
Yeah,
You're just like glowy.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else? Food, for one.
Yeah, food. But what I was going to say too is when you're talking about divvying up potions,
An hour.
Levi won't take any potions. He mixes on.
Oh, okay. Those are not from this campaign. I don't know. I'm looking up there.
You're like, what do we have?
Does anybody else have potions? I have 2 healing potions.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, he would hold on to him if you needed someone to hold on to him, but
Would healing potions work for a warforged?
Yes.
I'm gonna give you one of the healing potions.
Yeah, you have internal fluids that a healing potion would help.
is it like topping off of motor oil?
We had found 2 red liquid vials.
Yeah,
Is that the ones you're counting? Or
I had 2, so
I don't think you started with 2 because that's quite expensive.
yeah, we found them for sure. but
yeah. So are those the ones you're saying that you have on you though?
I don't
Must be.
Probably.
And then there was 2 green ones too. That were poisons.
I have 2 poisons. So they must
You
have
must
been
have all
identified
of
in
those.
the
Mhm.
Mhm. Those are the ones that function like an inflict spell, I think. Is
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3d10. Probably should have used that on the dragon,
Is
but
it 3d10?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
that's what the inflict
One of
does.
us
So.
also got a
it's a first level spell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of us also got a
There's one
potion
of
of greater healing, but I don't know which one of us.
I think I drank that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
How much does a
Healing
healing
potion.
potion do? I thought the healing potion was like
2d4 plus 2. Oh no, I still have the greater healing potion on.
Okay.
Oh.
So wait, the inflict spell does like 3 times as much damage.
Yeah,
as the
That's
healing
why
spell?
healing.
Yeah.
That's why healing's broken.
Why does healing suck so bad?
It's really bad.
Healing's awful. It's like 3d10. That's huge damage.
Okay, so I have a greater healing potion and a regular healing potion. Ian has a healing potion. I have 2 poisons, and you have your own.
I have my own healing potions and also healing spells.
Do you need anything? Okay.
Yeah, and also just one more thing. Levi would ask if he ever does go down now to use
Just leave him.
to get his personal healing potions and use them.
Oh, okay.
Just
Insight check.
okay, he's not lying.
No, but is he hiding something?
Roll insight.
Yeah, you get to roll this. You can roll persuasion or deception.
Nope. It doesn't matter what I roll. It
It
doesn't matter what you roll.
matter what you
What do you mean?
like we both rolled nat 1. So
I rolled a 2.
It's just two people staring
Okay.
at each other.
Well, I got a 16, so, like, is there a reason that he's, like, being shifty about that? Like,
It's
not specifying why, just blanket statements, very vague, no explanations.
yeah, it's just a blank. It's just like these are special healing potions that he got from his coven that he has to use,
Okay.
and he's gonna leave it at that.
But I think, the insight part of that is he's definitely hiding something.
Yeah,
Yes.
like he's definitely not telling you everything. Like there's more to it, but he's not lying to you about it.
He
Okay.
just desperately
Long
wants you
trip
to use.
ahead. Maybe he'll explain on the road.
Yeah.
Is it like Final Fantasy where regular potions do damage to him because he's undead?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, we'll see.
Okay, anything else you guys are gonna get? No, I think we all bought everything we want.
I want to buy food. How much
Food is fine.
Okay.
Right hand of food.
I
You want feed?
Food.
just do 2 gold for a trip. I'm not gonna worry too much about. So pay 2 gold and you'll have.
I've been
plenty
paying a
of
lot
food.
of money. How much money do you have?
I can pay for the food. Yeah, that's fine.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, because you get some supplement while you're out. You guys are all good at survival, and like maybe this guy will share some of his food with you, right? Because whatever. Probably because most guards aren't like very self-sufficient. They're like there to guard, not to cook. So he's used to feeding guards, so that's fine.
Hopefully we will get more powerful after killing that dragon.
Yeah.
I feel very powerful right now.
Shocking. Feel like you guys are powerful enough. Also, I don't want to level up in the middle of a story. Think about. We'll decide at the end if you've done enough.
Enough shopping.
So I got about 22 gold left.
Jesus Christ, how is a druid so rich? Because you guys have made a bunch of gold. Also, you've got a fucking ruby worth 250
50
gold.
gold,
pieces.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
like,
over
I
here like
know.
staring at it. How big is this ruby?
I mean, the dragon wasn't that big, but it's like, I'd say it's as big as a D20. It's as big as your D20. So it's quite hefty. It's also uncut.
Yeah.
But it's still very beautiful, and it feels warm to the touch. It's not magical.
You
It's
can
just
see that? Okay, with that.
Okay.
I'll show you. You trust me.
You can see it from over here.
with your
Can I
eyes.
touch it? In your
What are you
hand.
gonna do?
I'm gonna touch it. Do you
No.
mind me touching it? I'm gonna touch her hand.
All right,
Her
make
arm.
an athletics.
I don't want.
Strength.
If she's fighting me on it, I'm just gonna touch her arm then to do it.
Okay.
And it will druid craft a necklace that will wrap around so you can wear it and have it secured to you. Kind of like how I have a little star piece on mine. So the vines will come up your arm and kind of wrap around it. It's displayed in a little pendant.
Okay, that's pretty sweet.
And now you can wear it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let me add bracelet to
I
that.
still don't trust you.
I wouldn't think
With
things
money.
from you.
With money.
You hear get in position behind Nova.
Cool. Okay, you guys are heading out. You ready to go? I don't want you guys to be like, oh, I was gonna buy that in town. Okay.
So we got food. We're good.
Okay. You've got food. I mean, and really, like, I'm not like expecting anything. I'm not like telling you guys, oh, you're forgetting something. I don't think you're forgetting anything.
Yeah.
I just don't want to rush you.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
We totally forgot everything, guys.
Yeah, you guys don't want
hold
magic.
it for anything.
spells,
You idiots didn't buy bedrolls.
So early.
That's when you already have one.
Yeah, you guys don't have a lot of money, right? Like, even if this town sold like magic weapons, I don't think you guys could
We
afford
could
it.
No,
not afford
so-
it. Even if we pulled all our money.
Cool. So, someone roll me survival for the first day of travel.
I'll do it.
You're not trying
Okay.
to navigate, you're just living on a road.
25.
25. Incredible. I don't know. I'm probably not going to make you guys roll survival. Totally. So yeah, you guys are going along this road. You can tell. So this road, like, it leaves town at almost the same spot. We can see there's like a road over. It's just like, you're like, this road maybe was important or could have been important when they built the town, but like this other road was just better, and so everyone used it. And this road is like, when it comes into town, doesn't really become anything. But there's still, you can see this trail. It's wide enough for a wagon and a half about, so like a wagon and guards to walk alongside or whatever. Maybe it was important at one time. But you're going along it. You can tell why this road wasn't as used. It does go up and down more. It curves around. The other road, the main road, is a lot straighter, a lot faster. This one, there's a lot of like old bridges over like kind of like folds in the hills and things. Even though this part of Otaku is a lot flatter, this kind of goes up through the hills. So all of that makes this a little bit tougher of a road. For the first day of travel, somebody roll me a D12.
I don't have one of that either.
All right, here we
You
go.
guys, I'm gonna have to start rolling.
1.
Okay. Yeah, so you get a little bit out of town. I would say maybe towards the end of the first day, it's starting to get dark, and you kind of come over the top of a hill, and at the top of the hill, which was kind of a little bit hidden because there's trees that are really close to this road, there's this decaying old like gibbet, like this hangman's like arm, right? And it's in like a clearing, and so the what's his name, Ichiban Taro, he's like, I think we should just camp here for the night because there's like enough room to like kind of pull the wagons off to the side and make camp and everything. But it's like, you're like, I don't like being here, right?
I'm sure that's not like a bad omen.
Yeah, I mean, seems very not, yeah, that's essentially what I'm looking at here. He's not, like, superstitious or anything. You can tell he does, like, he's very, like, fidgety, but he also, like, seems very, like, mathematical. You're like, this guy should probably be, like, an accountant, not, like, a merchant. I mean, like, merchant and accountant, like, not far off here. But he's much more like a businessman and just does things like by the numbers and like trying to pull a caravan into like the trees or whatever is like a pain in the ass.
Well, you go through here all the time. You stayed here before?
Yeah, he says he doesn't really go through here all the time. This is like his third time. And
That's all
he
time
has,
to me.
yeah, it's a lot of time. He has stayed here before. He does say that like, he's like, okay, I think it is a little bit haunted. Like he's like, well, it's creepy, and people have said that they hear like moaning sometimes, but he's like also like
Okay,
trees moan.
good.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. With moaning, it's hard to tell.
All right. Well,
Okay,
the gallows over there make me a little nervous.
May I cast detect magic as a ritual for 10 minutes and then just kind of do a little walk around the area?
Yeah, go ahead. So you do a quick detect magic.
And I'm also, while she's doing that, I'm gonna ritually cast Speak with Animals,
Okay.
and walk around too to see if I can find any animals within 10 minutes to talk to about what's going on out here.
Yeah, so detect magic, you don't come up with anything like concrete. The thing's not magical. You don't see any like magical stuff. There is a little bit of like a magical aura to this place, but it's very faint, right? And a lot of times like lingering death can do that. You can't speak with animals.
That's reassuring.
So, I mean, people were killed here, right? Like, that's like, obviously, they didn't build this for nothing. So, and something like this, they wouldn't like build it and use it once. It's like, oh, this is like where people around here were executed, right?
This is in like complete disuse, right?
Yeah, complete disuse. So not recent. It could even be that like people in Ushai like didn't want executions near them. Sometimes people are superstitious like that, where they don't want to execute people close to town. It could be that this is like a convenient meeting place for like a lot of local settlements. So people outside of Ushai, just kind of in the county at large, gather here for that, right? Sometimes it's, I was gonna say nice, not necessarily nice. Sometimes it's good to have a reminder of justice built in a place that's easy to see, like on top of a hill like this.
Yeah.
So there are reasons why you might, as a civilization, choose to do this, but it is in disuse. I mean, it definitely hasn't been used in a long time, even once, right?
What do we think about burning it?
Okay.
You find some small critters to talk to. What do you want to ask them about?
Just any rumors, any like witches in the area, basically anything abnormal going on, anything that's messing with nature.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, I don't know about any like witches. There's nothing like that, but they're like, this place is like creepy. I think they do confirm that like sometimes they see like human spirits, right? Kind of wandering around, but they've never like, I mean, human spirits don't really interact with the animals. They seem
Yeah, that basically confirms this place is haunted.
yeah.
Man.
What are you gonna do?
Levi's not good with potentially setting a forest on fire to get rid of this.
Well, we're in the middle of a clearing, and we wouldn't just leave it.
Well, yeah, but still, it's just one of those things where it's just like,
You would almost have to camp somewhere else if you did, because it would burn hot for a long time.
And I don't think we have the time to do it either, to do it safely.
I mean, we have an entire night. But
Yeah, it would burn most of the night, and then by the morning it'd be just embers. But it's like, I don't know if you've ever been near a really big fire, but
all right, it's not mine, and I haven't seen any ghosts, so I'm just gonna leave it.
I am. He doesn't sleep, but it would make a lot of noise.
Yeah, we'll see. I have a feeling it's not such a good place for us to camp, but
But here we are.
it's not my call.
So shift.
okay. So you're camping. Yeah. Who's gonna take different shifts?
I'm going to sleep, trance for the first 4 hours, and then I'll stay up the rest of the time.
Okay.
I'll take
It's
second.
almost
shift.
a full moon, so there's moon all night. If you're worried about that.
Oh yeah. Now just he does what he does every time there's a full moon out. Mutters a prayer, asking for protection from Tsukiyomi for
Okay, so second shift, you're on 3 and 4.
You don't sleep,
No, I go into Sentry's Rest, which means I can hear and see just fine.
so
Yeah,
you
he's
can.
still totally aware, but he just is basically like doesn't move.
Yeah.
Right.
But he could do a shift like that.
All night, yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's
getting
nuts.
the night. And then,
Well,
yeah.
I'll let you do that, and we'll just have a really lovely night's rest then.
Well, it has been determined that there's a small amount of threat. I will do that.
Yeah, and you only do it for 6 hours, so you could spend like 2 hours of the 8 doing a more excuse me, doing a more active watch or doing something else. But yeah, because you can't really like move while you're in Sentry's Rest, or you don't move. You can, but you don't. Like someone could sneak up behind you, so it's not like ideal for watch, but it's still extremely difficult to sneak up on you because you have your passive perception.
Right.
But anyway, that's all I'm saying is like you could spend 2 hours doing like a more active, like taking a watch. But yeah, you're very aware.
I can stand by Nova while she sleeps in this Sentry.
just standing over.
Like move his eyes in.
I need art of that now.
And when are you gonna take a walk?
Oh, I'm just gonna sleep all night since they seem to have it under control. You're doing a great job.
Awesome. I love
So just to be clear, everybody's going to sleep.
it. Just to be clear, the peasants are watching and the nobility is staying asleep all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got all the watches covered. You happy with that?
If you need me, you can make me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Would you like a
Sure.
night?
Nightlight. I'm good.
Mhm. Roll me a d6.
6.
Awesome. You and you roll me perception checks.
Do I roll them normally?
You can roll with advantage.
Well,
Yeah, just you.
Put the bench.
Well, you're right. You would have disadvantage because it's dim light. Alright, so you rolled normally. Sorry.
oh, okay. Well, I rolled a nat 20. So for 25.
Okay. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 1 plus 1, so that's 2.
Awesome. So you just hear wood noises.
Do you want to use your inspiration to reroll that?
I really
Don't do it.
Great.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it.
Because nothing really happens except for that you hear, like, you do hear moaning and even, like, screaming. It sounds like screaming from far away, but then it sounds close, right? Like it just sounds like distant screaming, but, like, you can tell it's coming from, like, near you. There's just something very distant about it. But and you see, like, swirls of, like, kind of wispy things, but nothing materializes. So thanks to that 5 that you rolled. So you guys do get a somewhat restful night. This place is 100% haunted, but you managed to get through the night without anything horrible happening.
Let's never stay here again.
Yeah, this place sucks.
Yeah.
Those were nice.
Okay, and then, for the second day's travel, roll me a survival check.
Guide, or do you
Go
want me to
ahead.
roll? Okay, I'll roll.
You roll under 20, I'll be shocked.
I actually rolled under 20. I only rolled a 16.
Alright. Then roll me a d12. You have a d12?
I don't have a D12 out. I
Guys.
don't use a D12.
You should have one of every time. 3. Okay. Everyone roll me perception checks.
Oh god.
You know, sometimes perception checks are fine. Sometimes it's a good thing.
23.
24.
Nice.
Natural 20 with a 21.
Natural 20, so 19.
13.
13. Okay, so
You're filing your sword.
yeah, I'll say that you, partly because of your background and because you rolled the highest, obviously, but you're the first person to notice this. As you're going along during the day, you see, just a little bit into the woods, but the woods are really close to the forest. You see this little shrine, and there's some kind of, it looks like a magical weapon leaned up against the shrine. It looks like maybe a club or a sword of some kind, like like the Aztec kind of clubs have like the obsidian. So it's like an obsidian club that's leaned up against like this little shrine just off of the road, and it's hidden enough that you're like, I bet people miss that. I bet a lot of people don't see that. You guys are pretty perceptive, especially you.
I would call for a full stop on the caravan. They go investigate it.
Yeah. Okay. So the guy stops the caravan. This guy's like pulling the little rope on a bus. Nobody really questions it. They're like, all right, what's going on? You want to go take a look at it? Roll me.
Is it very obvious that it's a shrine? Like we can.
It's Well, and here's the thing, like, it's pretty clear that it's a shrine of some kind, but like that doesn't always mean don't disturb, right? Um, and also like, spirits come and go and they wax and wane, and so even if this was like an offering to some spirit, it could also be like someone died here a long time ago and everyone who gives a crap is dead and this is like their sword or whatever. So that's often like what shrines are. This doesn't look like it's a shrine to anything that you are aware of, like in particular. It's not like, oh, this is a shrine to this forest or whatever, right? It's just like some kind of like okay, stones are stacked in an unnatural way, and there's this thing against it in what looks like a kind of ritual way, right?
Before you touch that, do you mind if I check for magic?
Oh, I can do that too. But sure, go ahead.
Yeah, do you want to do
I would like to
ritual detect magic? Yeah, so the club does appear magical.
Hey, if you're planning on getting cursed, can we do it fast?
This is magical
I
item.
got places to be.
I cannot say whether this will bring us fortune or... Whoa.
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 Did you want me to roll something?
Yeah, you were investigating the shrine?
Oh, okay.
You were on investigation? Is that what you were saying? I mean, that was the question.
Oh, yeah, I rolled a nat 19 on investigation. So
I
still
will
pertinent.
say, where I come from, we typically only add things to shrines rather than take things away, but I understand that other cultures and customs may differ.
Yeah, so I don't know, the shrine, it's based around like this kind of pile of stones. There's like a clear like circle of kind of stones around it. Like it looks like it might be like there's a circle that's like an indication or something. Like it might be like a grave or something like that. It's pretty old and hasn't been touched for a while, but in the way of magical weapons, the club looks like it's still in like pristine condition. And it's like obsidian, like there's like, chunks of obsidian and stuff.
So Levi's going to call back to when he found his shield, and he's going to pay his respects to the shrine as you would do with all the spirits, and then respectfully grab the club.
Roll me a religion check.
That's a nat 20 for 20.
Incredible. Yeah, I think you kind of do your little, whatever thing and pay some respects. And as you're gonna grab the club. Yep. So as you reach into this circle of stones, you feel like, and it's like a warning from Tsukiyomi.
Then I'm not gonna grab it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, like it's like putting your hand through like oily water.
Yep.
You're like, that's gross.
Yep, nope. I immediately recoil my hand back. I'm not touching that thing, and I'm telling everyone to let's get back on it. This thing's cursed.
So bad Trevor's not here with that magical hand that he has.
Yeah.
You could just like take a pole and kind of knock it out of the circle, probably.
We could put a hook on a string and then hold it.
The robot could grab it.
Walk on either side of it with the string and lift it.
I don't get poisoned.
Yeah, he can't get poisoned. He's immune to a bunch of stuff. Also, a plus one be pretty good for you.
I mean, it's fun.
It's like a great club. Like it would essentially be like a great sword. Like it's big.
So Levi,
like a fighter weapon.
Yeah, Levi just wants to go on record saying that this thing's cursed. He does not want anything to do with it, and you have been warned.
Personally, I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole. Oh.
I don't know. You guys don't usually listen to Levi, so.
He said it's up to you. He was warned. He basically got the "do not touch this" warning. So he's going to listen.
Any like hooks or circles or
I'm back on the caravan, by the way.
Anything
you're just like, let's go.
That could be hooked on this weapon.
Oh, like that you could hook it and grab it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think there's like implements like that. Like the Teamsters. The Teamsters are the people who like drive wagon, but they've got like hooks and loops and things like that.
I have 3 javelins on that.
They've got
I was thinking I could
poles.
use my fishing pole and just try to
Yeah.
that is
Well, they've got like poles with hooks on them, so there's like a 6-foot pole. You could just kind of go on the side and hook that thing and grab it without going into the circle.
Why don't you give it a try, Ryan?
I mean, just tell them to.
Yeah, so can you please get one of those poles with the hooks and try to retrieve that club?
Yes, Nova. And he does.
Okay, make me let's do a strength check. So you're trying to pull this.
Strength
Pick
plus
this up.
5.
Big ass club.
19.
19 total? Yeah. So you hook this thing, and it's heavy, but you're super strong, right? So you're gonna hook it and pull it up, and after you move it a little bit, it's like it suddenly becomes really hard to move. Like it's stuck on something, and this giant hand materializes around it, and this huge form of this Oni appears that's like
All right.
10 feet tall. It says, "Who dare disturb my slumber?"
Literally tried to tell you
Yeah.
not to do that.
He did try to tell you not to do that.
But now we've done it.
Yeah, now you've done it.
Threat has
So,
been detected.
yeah,
Oh, shit.
I think you're probably adjacent to this Oni now. It's within... Mhm.
Levi's back in the cavern.
Levi's
No,
like
he's gone.
60 yards
You need
away.
it for no reason.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So are we
Levi.
rolling initiative then?
Oh, yeah, we're rolling
Yeah,
initiative
yeah.
100%.
Nova,
Oh,
shall
no,
I
20.
eliminate the threat?
Yes, please.
Okay, do I get anything for rolling double 13?
No.
This is not fair.
I nat 20 for 22.
Okay.
Bonuses.
Nice.
I'll have you roll me a history check. Okay.
8. I have a plus 1
For a total of 7.
Garbage. What skill do you think you would roll for knowing about creatures? Because that's what I'm trying to do. Because you're not proficient in nature either, are you? Is
I
nature
am.
better?
I'm proficient. I have a +1 in nature.
Oh, well, we'll call that a nature roll then. So
Okay,
a
so
9.
yeah.
Is there something else that you think would
I'm
be an
better at
appropriate skill?
survival, but
Well,
that's
We are.
yeah, let's say it's survival, because actually it is.
It makes sense. to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, survival makes sense. A what?
That'd be a 13.
Okay. On a 13, I'll say the only thing that you remember is this, you're like, this kind of thing is something that Slayers, you're like, basically like, you know that your sword is,
Okay.
so you're like, this is why we carry these swords. Okay. Nova.
Section wild shape into archer form.
Mm-hmm,
And then I would like to cast fairy fire on Tony. Please make a dex save.
Okay. Always the things they're bad at. That is a... Oh, shoot. They actually got a 17.
Oh, they got a 17?
Yeah, they're fucking fast.
Okay.
So that's an 11, though, on
They
them.
failed, so they are fairy fired.
Yeah, I didn't see they had a dex bonus.
What is their dex bonus? Are they
Plus
high?
3.
Okay, so,
So I
they're
think
faster.
they're actually
than-
faster than...
Can you please concentrate me and fairy fire Oni?
Yes.
You're super welcome to throw those on the table if that makes life easier for you.
It depends.
Okay.
There we go. There are some that we use more often.
Well, I mean, just walk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like all the way over here. I fucking
Oh, boy. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, so fairy fired and you change forms. That's it for your turn?
That's it, thank you.
All right, so it is the Oni. It's going to swing 2 times at this
Lucky
thing
boy.
that tried to grab its club. What's my bonus here? That's an 18.
19.
19's your AC. Miss, nice. And nat 20. Yeah, so it swings and you like deflect it away, and then it comes down hard on your shoulder. So that's gonna be 2d6 plus 3. 9 damage, which is a pretty solid hit. And then, yeah, after it comes down to your shoulder, it kicks out with its leg and tries to kick you right in the chest, which it misses. So you just, like, absorb this hit right in the chest, and you're, like, too heavy for it. And then it is...
Ion turns.
Oh, that's not right.
Oh, just a second. I didn't realize it said advantage against spells. So, still failed, though.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Okay, so... Your turn, so you get to strike back.
2-weapon fighting has been activated as the protocol. He will take his hand axe and swing that. So that's a +5.
You have an advantage because it's fairy fire.
Oh, that's right. Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
So that's plus 25. I assume that hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Well, I gotta throw 2d6 threes at it, right?
So your crit,
Yeah.
6 plus 3.
Is this your offhand? Is this your main hand? So on your offhand, you don't get your strength bonus unless you have something special that lets you do it.
You don't.
Okay, and it's not considered slashing either, so.
Why did you do your bonus action attack first, Stuart?
Which actually you're not allowed to do, but that's fine. I'll allow it because it seems reasonable that you could do an offhand attack first.
Nice. Yeah. So I don't get the bonus you said, or?
No, you don't get the +3, but you get to attack.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Oh, but I
Just
still
because
get...
your left hand is or whatever is not as strong, so you don't get the ability. It's the damage.
So that would be a 10.
Okay, 10 damage. Nice. That's good damage.
And then with his other arm, he's gonna take his longsword and slash
You have advantage.
You have advantage.
with advantage.
Oh shoot. You notice though when you take those attacks that it's not as effective.
Yes, 17.
17 hits.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a big guy. Lady,
1d8
actually.
plus 3. So for
The D8
7.
if you're using it one-handed. I think it's a D8.
Yeah, it's a
That's
D8, not a D10.
I can't see.
7
7 damage.
And because it was slashing, the speed is reduced 10 feet.
Nice. Yeah, so you cut him along the leg. Once again, it does seem like it's not doing as much as you would hope.
Action surge. Since he's fairy fired, I'll keep attacking.
Mhm.
So hand axe again.
No, you would do your longsword.
Long-
You do your longsword.
Longsword first.
Well, you don't get the
You
hand.
don't get
You
the
don't get a
hand.
bonus action.
One more.
You just get your regular
You
action.
You just
Yeah.
yeah.
You get an extra action, not an extra turn.
Got it. Ooh, shit. And 15.
15 just hits. Yeah.
Okay.
So 1d8 plus 3 again. Oh, well, 5.
5. Okay.
That's you're still doing damage. So
Yeah,
you're
we're still
you're chunking away at it.
chunking away at it. Perfect. It is Levi.
How far away from? Because I just kind of put myself out there.
Yeah.
Because he went back to the caravan.
I'd say you're. We'll say 60 feet.
Okay, that works out.
Mhm.
And then also because I'm not sure because I've never played a druid before. You would just if I took my movement and then I wild shape, I wouldn't have any more movement, right? Even though the bear has its own movement,
Yeah.
Okay.
If the bear had more movement,
it has more movement. Yeah.
Well, you could wild shape and then move.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to yet. So, well, I'm going
What I'd
to
probably do is do it as percentage. So if
Yeah.
you if the bear had a 60-foot movement and you had a
40
30 foot,
40. Yeah.
the bear has 40. It's a little bit complicated. I was trying to do simple math, but
Yeah,
essentially
it's
you
all-
have the same percentage of movement as the whale.
Okay. That's
It's
completely
easier
fine.
if you just wild shape and then.
I'm gonna move up 30 feet.
Okay.
And
So he should be 30 feet away. He's
yeah, I'm
not.
30 feet away from.
Put him 30 feet away, and on the other side. Well, no, yeah, he's on the right side. Sorry.
Like here?
feet away from the Oni?
30 feet away from the
Because
Oni.
he was 60
50,
feet away.
20, 25. I mean, this is 30. Might be
What do you
here.
mean this is 30?
Oh, you mean like in a straight line?
Yeah.
He's 30 feet away from the Oni.
30 is here.
Okay, there you
I feel
go.
like I'm crazy.
Well, I just
Sorry.
wasn't
Well, I
sure.
was moving him from over
I was trying to figure out where you were counting from. I couldn't see where you were counting.
Okay. And because it's Siri fired, I have advantage on the attack.
Yes.
Cool. So I'm gonna produce flame. I'm going to attack him.
Wait, did I get a crit? Oh, it wasn't a slasher crit.
No,
Yeah, it wasn't a
you
slasher
use your
crit.
axe reflection for
Is
some
it axe does
reason.
bludgeoning damage or what is
No,
it?
it does slicing.
It does
I guess-
slashing
yeah,
damage.
I guess it
So you get
does.
slasher.
Well, then his next attack is
Disadvantage. on
disadvantage.
this. Okay.
Oh, baby.
Okay. So it's a 19 on the die. Or, I'm sorry, 19
That's
total.
his slash.
19 hits.
Yeah. So that's going to be 1d8 of fire damage.
So I have
Okay.
Magic fire damage, which is going to be 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
He
thought
doesn't take any
was
damage
more
from the
fitting,
fire.
but that's fine.
Doesn't take any
You can
damage.
see he just absorbs the fire.
Okay. And then I am going to then bonus action wild shape into bear form,
Okay.
which is fine. Because Levi can go. Sorry, Levi can go right there for right now.
Mhm.
And then that's all it is. I'm within
Okay.
range for my next
Yep, that's your turn. Okay.
and action.
Has anybody attempted to enter the area that Levi seemed weirded out by?
No.
Okay. I don't
The Oni is standing in the middle of that area, pretty much taking up that whole area.
Yeah, but he's also glowing, so I think he's easy to hit.
Yeah.
So I'm
But
just
you don't
going
have to step within the circle to hit him. Like,
Yeah,
He's...
I'm just gonna side up along Ian,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to attack him. Which I have advantage, so I get my elven accuracy.
Hey,
Which I actually forgot, I think, during the
You
dragon
did.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
Okay. So I'm going to use my bonus action to put favored foe on him,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to make my attack. 17 plus 6 is 23.
23 hits.
Nice.
This feels like incense.
That is only 7 slashing damage.
7 slashing damage. You can see when other people were hitting it, it was laughing. It doesn't seem like it's taking more damage than you would expect from this, but it's taking damage from this
Yeah.
in a way that other people's weapons weren't.
Okay.
Except 7 damage.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Did you add in your 100 mark damage?
I did,
Okay.
yeah. I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Hard times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or sorry, a 2 and a 1.
We are back up to Nova.
I'm going to call on stars
Mhm.
to defeat my foe, and that's a nat 20.
Ice.
40, so 8d6. 2.
which is basically a fireball. Oh yeah, it's it does the same damage.
Starstorm.
30 damage. It's all radiant.
And it does take full damage from that. I said 30.
That's correct.
Crazy. All right. And then your bonus action.
Yep, I'm going to fling a shiny star, ninja star at it. Oh, where'd that go? I'll roll this up here. Yay. 16 to hit?
16 does hit. Yeah, it's a big lady. She's easy to hit.
So that is 7. And let me just check. It's radiant damage.
7 radiant. Perfect.
Does the radiant seem to affect
Radiant does seem to be effective against it. Yeah.
Very good. That's my turn. I'm gonna just be over here a little bit.
There we go. Okay. You slip over there a little bit, and now it is their turn. You see them start to get kind of surrounded by you, and they kind of stomp down, and they just explode with a little bit of fire. Everyone adjacent to them is going to take 5 fire damage.
Big ouchies.
Yeah. and it has disadvantage on its next attack. Is that correct?
Just attacks,
Yeah, but does it say next attack or?
You read the wording.
Yeah, because it's if it's
Probably
next
next
attack.
attack.
I think it's just
Been given
one
next
to
Until the
next.
start of your next turn, the target has disadvantage on all attacks.
Oh,
man.
Huge.
Why, yeah, that's fucking huge.
Oh god.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, that
Excellent.
freaking axe, you just get it in there. Okay, so who's adjacent to it? You are. Okay, so it's gonna take one club swing at each of you. So we'll do you first. I can't read that. That's
Here.
crank up the lights
It's
here.
10 and 11.
10 and 11. Okay, so that is a 17 to hit you.
Battery's dead. So that's going to be a miss on Ion.
And then it's a 1. And what number is that?
That's a 9.
9.
But it's going to be a nat 1 anyway. So
Yeah. Yep.
I will pick a
That's even.
right one.
Yeah, so it takes swings at both of you. Can't catch either of you. And then it'll try to kick Luna.
That's not any better, is it?
That is not better.
that is a.
That's a
17?
17 and a 12, I think. So that's going to be...
That's a 12.
12 turns into an 18. 18 hits you, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So
There you go.
that's going to be... Uh, 7 bludgeoning damage to you.
Ooh.
It kicks you in the chest. Yeah.
How you looking?
Rough.
Rough?
I am bloody.
Gotcha.
And that's it for its turn. So I am.
All right, I will continue. Yes,
Slash.
with advantage.
What's the bit?
Yes, with the
So, longsword engaged. Oof. 15.
15 hits.
Nice.
Yeah.
1d8 plus 3.
Also, how's the enemy looking?
I'm gonna wait until after the
11
attack
damage.
because he's bloody. So once again, not very effective, but you've managed to take it down into bloodied range.
Then we'll attack with his hand axe with advantage. Ooh, close. 19 plus 5. That
Yep,
should hit.
that hits.
And his longsword is, hand axe is d6 plus 3.
Yeah. D6, no plus 3.
No plus three.
Because it's
That's right,
offhand.
she's
Yeah.
6. So 5.
5 damage. Okay.
And then he will bonus action.
That was his
sec-
bonus action.
That was his
Oh, that
bonus
was a
action.
bonus action.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Second attack is bonus action. Perfect. Okay, so that's Ian. Levi.
Levi's gonna move up. He's got 40 feet of movement, so he should have.
You can get there. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. You got enough movement to get there.
And seeing how this seems like this might be negating some of the attacks from him being in that or her being in that square, he's going to try to grapple her out of it.
Okay. Yeah. Make. We'll do. Athletics. Strength athletics.
Okay. So I have a 19 strengths and I rolled an 18, so it would be a 22.
I rolled a nat 20
Oh.
for a 23. So, yeah, so you try to grab it, and the thing just kind of like knocks your arm back. But that only takes one of your attacks, so you can make another attack or another grapple check.
Oh, well, technically, would I have advantage on? No.
You wouldn't have advantage on
Yeah,
the skill
right.
check.
Yep, you're right.
If you
You're
made
right.
an attack.
Cool. Then I'm just gonna make a claw attack then,
Okay.
and that's going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
And that's 2d6 plus 4, so that's going to be 8 slashing.
Slashing. Do your attacks count as
No,
magical?
not yet.
Not yet. Go. Okay. But you are slowly cutting into this. You see little cuts and scrapes appearing where you would expect big gashes from swords and claws. The little cuts, and you see like this fiery blood dripping down, like magma. It's not like an elemental, but you could see that like the inside of this is very fiery. And
Fiery day.
Yeah.
It is. That was Levi Luna.
Luna's turn.
So I remembered that favored foe is actually concentration, just like Hunter's Mark. I passed both of my checks
Okay.
that I made after taking the damage.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep hitting her because
Yeah.
I've got the sword for it. Does a 20 hit?
Yes. Definitely don't.
Okay, that's better. That's 14 damage.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's good damage. That's a solid hit on this. By far the most effective hit so far, I think, except for your magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean your magic is crazy. That was crazy. Good damage.
Having made a two-handed attack, could I now release that hand and pull out my other sword to make it a bonus action? So
Sure.
object interaction in the middle of that action.
Yeah.
Makes a bonus attack.
I'll allow it. Allow
Okay.
one weapon switch per turn. Or whatever.
Yeah, gotcha. All right. That is another 20.
Yeah, so that hits.
So then that's just a d6 without my modifier, which is 5, not silvered.
Okay. It's not that. Okay, I got it. So it is Nova. What are you doing?
Going to go ahead and call forth another star if possible. See if I can make it happen. 16 hit.
And this what ability is this?
Guiding bolt.
This is guiding bolt. How many times can you do that?
2 per day?
So you have 2 free, and then you have to cast them as spell.
Yeah.
When's the last time you guys had a long rest? You guys,
That one.
you guys are taking long. You don't
No,
get a long
well,
rest
that
every
was
time you
not long
sleep.
rest.
But all right,
We haven't taken a long rest.
whatever.
Since we...
Go for it.
No, if we didn't, then that's fine. But we did guard shifts and everything.
All
So
right,
I thought that
all right,
counted.
just go
If that
for it.
didn't
I don't know.
count-
We didn't talk about it, so just guiding bolt.
Okay.
Yeah, we slept in town. I assumed that was.
That would have probably been a long rest.
So yeah, we haven't had a
Stay.
combat since then.
All right, that's fine.
Oh.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Let's
Awesome.
just do a lot of sleeping.
19 damage.
And you guys sleep like
Yeah.
every day.
Radiant.
That is okay. Cool. That's a
And
lot of
then
damage.
I will throw another little star,
Okay.
and that will be another hit.
Whatcha? Whatcha?
It's cute. Come on.
Pew! Whatcha?
For
Do
7
you have
more
to
radiant.
make that noise?
Every time.
7 more radiant damage. Got it.
That's my turn.
Incredible. Alright. Does the flame stomp again? Everyone takes 5 fire damage. And then
Bear's looking pretty scary next to you.
Yep. That's why the bear went up there as the tank to try to divert some of
Can
the
you
attack.
describe your condition? Are you like smoking some sparks?
Yeah, I'd say some smoke is starting to appear on my joints or something.
yeah. Well, it's gonna take a. Oh, it doesn't have disadvantage anymore.
No, it does not have disadvantage.
So it's gonna take attack at you.
Against me?
No.
Okay.
Ian. So that is a 23. And
This is why Trevor's not here.
Not much damage. That is 5 slashing damage.
Yeah, powering up.
You down? Okay, so yeah, it knocks you to the ground. It's gonna turn towards you.
Oh, God.
It's not going to turn towards the bear.
It's taking things out one at a time. It's not dumb.
Did it have disadvantage on that turn?
It did not. No.
No, it doesn't have disadvantage on this
I thought
turn.
it was like till his next turn or something.
It
like
was
that.
because it was
It was.
Ion got a turn.
Oh yeah.
You got to turn right after it.
If you touch it outside.
So that's only a 9 to
Nice.
hit you, but then it's gonna try to kick you
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
Which is
Which is a 13.
Miss.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it like swings and you like deflect it again. It goes to kick you. You dodge out of the way.
It's a good thing because I have 3 health left.
Yeah, you're like bleeding and everything, but you're freaking ducking and weaving. This is like what you were trained for. And it is Ian. Although no, so you actually loop
You
back
get-
up, so you could put
Can you
him
just switch
above.
the two?
Yeah, switch
Yep.
the baddie and Ian.
She do be a baddie.
So you've got some time to heal before. Okay, so Levi, it's you. You're a bear.
Do any
I'm
of us
fair.
recognize what kind of Oni this is?
So it's like what you might call like a demon. It's like a bad spirit.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I rolled a nat 19.
Mm.
It's gonna hit, but it's
Yeah.
not gonna crit.
So that's gonna hit. I know. It's a real shame when you hit.
That is plus. That's 7 piercing.
7 piercing, which is cut in half to
Yep.
3. And how do you want to do this?
Nice.
Oh, is it over?
Yeah, it had 3 hit points left.
Oh,
Nice.
well,
Samesies.
okay. Well, it's actually funny because it's gonna hit again. I would say
you can keep attacking it, but yeah. So yeah, explain to me how's the bear attacking?
so. It was a bite attack. So
Have
Levi.
you seen The Revenant?
Actually, that's kind of what I was gonna go for. Like, basically, like Levi opens his jaws up and just clamps down on her head and just
Oh,
starts
shaky.
shake, and it just rips not rips her head off, but like knocks her unconscious or kills her outright.
Yeah, so you kind of shake into it, and the like it kind of almost like the body kind of like disintegrates, like kind of almost evaporates, right? As its like connection to the physical world, the material plane, is sort of like severed, and it just kind of like disintegrates and dissolves in it, basically in your mouth, the way like cotton candy dissolves. It just quickly dissipates, and this obsidian club falls to the ground.
I think your robot's hurt.
I'm going to cast Healing Hands on my robot.
And then now that we drop out of combat,
That sucks.
Levi's gonna shift back into his regular form.
So that weapon, not really ideal for any of you, but is a +1 great club.
Oh, the robot could use it.
Yeah, the robot could use it. He's more of a slasher, but
Alright, well, I'm gonna bonus action.
actually, you know what? I'm gonna rule that because it's obsidian, it's a great club, but it does slashing
yeah, I
damage
imagine
instead of
slash.
bludgeoning damage. So I think it's a D12. But it does slashing damage, so it would work with your slasher.
Sorry, so it's a great weapon that does slashing damage,
And
but it's a
magical.
club. Oh, that's cool. Right
Yeah.
on.
Wow.
So
Yeah, the difference between a great club and a great sword is a great club does 1d12, a great sword does 2d6. So this does 1d12.
So, am I understanding correctly that this is kind of like those like Maori clubs that are like mostly wood, but then it's got like obsidian blades?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So it's or like
Yeah.
an Aztec kind of a
Yeah.
deal.
Does it
Yeah.
have
fucking
reach
sweet.
then?
What?
Does it have 10-foot reach?
A great club does not.
No.
Here's the thing.
Do you want damage or do you want reach?
Yeah.
you don't get both.
So it does.
Alright, well, he's gonna kick on his generator and apply second wind.
Does
1d10 plus
he have like a flashboard on his back?
He pulls it himself.
Levi comes out of bear form, sits on his ass, and just goes, "Oh, next time I tell you not to fuck with something, can you not do it, please? I was warned not to touch it."
My robot is like trying to get it to magnetize to his back, but can't.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You guys almost
These are
died.
all like bloody. It's fine. Everything turned out great.
Right.
I'll let whoever wants to
Shut up.
roll either Arcana or Religion.
I'm not proficient in either, but I will tell you right now that my religion's been going pretty hard.
Come the heck on.
It's not important.
It's a 10.
10. Okay.
Well, I guess, and I would also cast guidance too. So,
All right.
oh, that's an 11.
Okay.
We really could have used Trevor today.
Yeah. You guys don't know things. It's hard. Hard. Okay. Did anyone roll anything better than an 11 on Arcana Religion?
Oh, I didn't know we were all rolling.
Just
I mean,
fine. It doesn't. If it was an important roll, I wouldn't let you all roll, but it's not important. So.
I mean, I could do that, I
Not
guess.
I.
Well, I got a 2 minus
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, 3.
Oh my goodness,
You
guys!
guys are so
Hey, hold on. Let me roll for Alexi. 15 for her.
well, she
Mark
has,
is going
she has a -5 to all of her stats.
well.
So she still rolled less.
We'll just have to
Not
ride to our town.
Yeah.
She knows she just has no way of communicating it to him.
What are you talking about? I can speak to
No,
animals.
your suspicion, having reached through, was actually that this spirit was sort of bound inside that circle, and the idea was not to be disturbed. You doubt if the Oni could have followed you had you walked away.
It's no.
Yeah,
Boy, so again, can we not touch suspicious objects?
I think you guys are gonna keep touching suspicious objects.
I mean, now he's more prepared to defend us.
It was dangerous, and it sucked, but it does have its benefits.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm completely fine. I took no damage.
You're like, damn, we should have got a contract for that. That's the only problem.
Well,
There is actually it's like a small tenet of the Direwolf School, but is like, try not to kill monsters if there's no contract,
Yeah.
because you want to get a contract for it, right?
Yeah.
But it's also
We're in the
like,
middle of the woods.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like trying to be smart about that, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, if you can wait until there's a contract on something, like if there's a monster attacking the town, don't necessarily rush in. It's like they're very iffy about that, because they're like, you don't want to look like you're waiting for the contract, but if you can pretend you didn't know something,
Yeah.
right?
Which seems a little dishonest, and Luna might have her
Yeah.
own way of handling a situation like that.
Yeah, well, and that's why they kind of tiptoe around, because honesty is a big deal, but they're also, it's not your job to destroy all monsters.
Yeah.
It's your job to protect people, and also we can't do that if we don't get paid,
Yeah.
right? If we don't get paid, we die, and there's no slayers anymore.
Yeah.
So try to get paid is essentially what it is. It's trying to get paid. Which also is the thing where you're like, if there is a monster attacking the town, and I think there's a good chance of getting a reward,
After the
even if
fact.
there's no contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely do it.
oh,
Okay. That's that day. You guys do same watches. We're just gonna do same watches every
Yeah, mine does.
night.
If you use it to then you cannot do the bonus action.
You rest here. You have a very restful night. Everything's great. You get attacked by a dragon.
So you'd say we take a long rest?
No.
Okay.
Could you lay out more specific terms on when you would expect us to have a long rest? Does it? Okay. Does it generally require that we be in town?
Yeah,
Spending
and what
some-
So we had a short rest then?
Stand by.
I would say you guys can have a short rest. So my goal is to leave some of the game aspects in this game, and if you have a long rest all the time, if you had a lot of long rests, it really diminishes certain classes
Yeah.
that benefit from short rests,
Yeah.
right? you don't have a warlock here right now today. But if you had a warlock, if I was playing a warlock and you got long rests after every fight, I'd be like, why the hell am I a warlock? I could be a wizard and have 10 times as many spells. So it's not fair to let you guys... It's not fair to certain people, certain classes, warrior classes in particular.
So, to be clear, I was not asking to rest often. I know it is a resource management game.
Yeah.
I just associate us sleeping over
Yeah.
and taking shifts with
And we
orders,
hadn't
so I
discussed
need to
it.
deprogram that.
We hadn't discussed it, so...
But generally, if we're in a very safe area and can let our guard down, do we generally get a long rest in that
I would say,
situation?
yeah. It's if we
Okay.
don't say anything and you're in a town, especially if you pay for a room or something, you can call that a long rest. There's a resource that's diminished by that.
Okay, that makes sense.
You can optimize that. I mean, if you really role play hard that you're in town and you're resting after every fight, then like that's cool. That's a role playing decision you make, and you can get a long rest after every fight if that's how you want to do it. That's how some bounty hunters probably do it or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Is they're gonna rest up between every fight. They're gonna get totally healed. They're gonna go to the doctor every time they get injured. Being out in the wilderness isn't like that. So, so unless you're very specific that that's what you are trying to do, then yeah, sorry. So just so we're all above board, and I'm not like.
That was why I wanted clarification,
Yeah.
because everybody was confused.
Yeah, and I wasn't clear, and we didn't talk about it, so.
Does anyone need any heal?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Hit dice on to work on this, right?
No, they
Hit dice work on
on
short
short
rests. You get hit dice back on long. So you can roll a hit dice, but you only have 2
They're
hit
a
dice.
resource that you spend between long rests.
We'll see how much the druid heals.
So I can heal for 1d4 plus 3 times.
You should probably do your hit dice first, because he can heal.
Yeah, if you're spending spell slots that you only get back on a long rest, then...
Yeah, well, the thing is that I only use them to heal. I can ritually cast basically everything else, like speak with animals, purify food and drink, and
Sure.
detect magic.
Just roll, you have
And then I have
D10.
entangle and healing word.
Oh,
And the thing
How
is
hurt
that
are
I'm
you?
only good. I would only be using it to help you guys get up.
How
there.
hurt are you?
I'm down to 11, so I'm half.
So I would just roll 1d10. You have a d10 hit dice. So roll 1d10 and add your con modifier. And then if you need to, you can roll another d10 and add your con modifier.
Yeah. 1d10.
I'm at
plus 4.
16 out of 20.
Does
Okay.
that take me to-
So I can burn a spell slot if you want me to.
Not really.
Okay.
Thank you.
I did an add-on.
I just wanted to.
So just
Yeah.
roll it 1d10 plus 4. Just roll your dice.
That's a very difficult fight. It's not necessary for you to get into difficult fights all the time.
Yeah.
And one of us tried to avoid a difficult.
So. Yeah,
No,
essentially.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, you got a +1 weapon, which
Yeah, that
is
plus
it's
was
pretty
cool.
great.
I get them back.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely worth it.
You get half of your hit dice back on a long
Yeah.
rest, which is weird, but
Oh, half on all.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I have 1d8 hit dice left.
I don't
Right, because we had one long rest in between when I burn my 2 short rest, or I burn my 2 during a short
Yeah.
rest.
It was a CR5 creature.
So you guys take
which you guys
potion off me
it's very
too.
So we killed
difficult.
a 4 and a 5.
A 4 and a 5. So you guys are.
So
way
we're definitely
ahead.
gonna level up.
Well, I didn't say that.
Yeah, how much XP are those worth?
Here's the thing. You guys are basically killing sheep right now because none of this is necessary.
Well, we got a long sword.
We're
They're worth
basically
10,000 experience, but we don't use experience, so it doesn't matter.
Milestone experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to continue on then.
Okay, so it's been 2 days of what's at least a 7-day journey. So it's going so good so far. You guys actually did manage to avoid the first thing, which is great. Somebody roll me. Just roll the d12. You guys are gonna pass the survival check.
It's actually funny. I would have failed the survival test if you wanted me to do it.
Okay. What'd you roll in survival?
Well, you didn't ask us to, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah,
but
but just
Well, what did you-
what'd you roll?
13.
Why did you do that?
Oh,
Rachel?
mathematically.
But it wasn't my turn, anyways. It was
Mhm.
Nova's turn.
Yeah. Are you guys interacting with like there's like I haven't really been talking about, but there's like Teamsters, there's like other NPCs. Do you guys like eat with them, or are you guys pretty like independent? Do you want to like share watches with them?
Have any been trying to interact with me?
I mean, I think
this
they're
big
like
samurai guy following them. Like,
Yeah, they might be a
Anybody
little
try to
bit.
start conversation?
They might be a little bit nervous around you because they're like peasant class people.
Right.
They don't really know what you are. But they're like friendly people that have like a fire and everything.
Oh yeah, Levi would definitely go over and start talking with them and share some of his food with them, or forage some food with them.
Yeah.
Dig up some dirt.
I imagine every night Nova would do another snow painting at the end of the day and probably skip it to
Oh yeah.
anybody that she
Like doing caricatures of people for them.
not exactly. But
And-
just
Yeah.
just getting to know people and
Yeah.
whatever, and maybe she'll paint something that stands out for them.
And he would
Yeah.
also be talking about spreading moon facts around.
Oh yeah. Anyone who wants to can roll a persuasion check. If you don't want to roll because you're worried about rolling really low, that's fine too though.
Yeah, I have a -1 to
Persuasion for
so
what one? Writing.
Just trying to be
To be friends?
friends with these people.
as long as we don't cast
I have a
spells.
+2 in persuasion.
Oh, you should do it then.
really?
You're very good.
Why are you so good at stuff?
Oh my goodness!
Samurais, they're charming.
You need to ask me though. I'm not gonna go out and interact with people.
Ryan, will you please go befriend these people who we are traveling with?
Yes. Yes.
Engaging friendship protocol. Do you want a massage?
Yeah, it's not great anyways. I only rolled an
11.
11.
Okay.
Fellow humans.
Yeah, I think. I think it takes some time. This is the third night. It takes some time to get warmed up. You guys eventually kind of get chubby a little bit, but they really don't know how to interact with you all.
How's it going, fellow teens?
Hello, fellow humanoids. Isn't it great to be alive and not a robot? What the hell is up with that guy?
Nova, I failed.
Yeah.
It's a good effort.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have a pretty uneventful third day. And who's taking first watch? Who does first watch? You do? You don't watch.
I do?
No.
Oh, that's
You're
what you said. You
asleep.
take.
No, he
generally
sleeps the
I
first two
sleep for the
watches.
first 4 hours and then take
Oh.
the rest of the
I'll take the
watches.
first
Yeah.
one.
Oh, we usually take the second one. Oh, you are taking
I will
watches
take the
now.
first
Okay,
one.
so you're gonna start taking watches now. Okay, well, you're Okay, so you're painting pictures of people, or so you're up with one of the other guys, like keeping watch. Roll me a perception check.
I'm so fucking into this painting that I'm
Yeah.
doing. Let me tell you.
My goodness.
You're like, I'm on watch.
Detail, The
You're
lighting
like,
is just right. The shading. This
Yeah.
is good. One of my best ones I've done so far.
That
Mhm.
sounds like hyper focusing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're really involved in that, and you're painting him, and you're like trying to get the nose right. He's moving a little bit. You see him, keeps moving,
Yeah.
and you're like, all right, stop moving, please. And luckily, like the moon is up, so you've got some firelight, but you've also got like the moonlight, so it's sort of like nice diffuse lighting, which is good for painting. Like you guys are kind of in a valley, so the moon, it takes a little while for the moon to come. It's just a little bit dark at first. Then the moon comes over the crest of the hill, and he starts to twitch,
Oh no.
and then his face starts to grow, and you don't notice at first. So he starts to twitch and transforms, and then his skin splits open, and there's all this fur underneath. And he transforms into a werewolf and howls into the moonlight. His howl wakes everyone up,
Yeah.
but they aren't nearby, so they're gonna count as surprised. But everyone roll initiative.
Oh man.
They're standing bears.
Yeah, let's do standing
You
bear.
get a standing bear. Where is he?
It's a were sun bear.
Nice.
So him and Nova are, we'll say, near the fire there. Everyone else is at least 35 feet away.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm 35 feet away. Got it.
I'm so
Everyone, including Aya.
Oh, Ian will be right next to it.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Okay. Yeah, so you all hear this piercing howl, which isn't totally strange, but it's very close, and even if it's just a wolf and not a werewolf, it's not safe. So you know, rush awake. None of you wear super heavy armor, so you can sleep in your leathers or whatever. That's totally fine. And it is Nova's turn.
Okay, I will bonus action Shillelagh,
Mm-hmm.
and then does a 17 hit him?
Yes.
So that's 8 damage. And it's considered magical because of that spell.
Ooh.
And then I have
Very good.
mobile, just for as a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be my
You're
turn.
like,
Thank you.
Alexi, get in there.
You activated it.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's your own fault.
It is my fault.
Okay, cool. So that's Nova. Now, Levi, you counted surprise this round, so you can't do anything. Nova's surprised. Batty is going to. Oh boy. If it moves, it's gonna get. Is it? Oh, are you? Yeah. So you're not within 5.
Yeah.
So it's gonna chase you. It'll chase you.
Yeah, alright, that's cool.
Because this guy's also metal, so not tasty. So chase her down. It's got 30 feet of movement. Can it follow you the whole way?
Yes.
How far did you go?
Not far enough.
Okay.
It only needs to use 20 feet of movement, so
Okay.
Remind you.
2 attacks, 2 with its 4. Okay, 1 with its bite and 1 with its claws. Okay. So bite is gonna be 7. Lucky you. And it's gonna take a claw attack at 10. Okay. So yeah, bite and claw, you're like ducking, weaving, screaming, and boy, it is not as much fun. Okay, so that is not as much fun as the demon. That's it for that. So Ian, you get to go. You are not surprised this round.
I'm just gonna run and then shove with a strength.
Mm-hmm.
Get him away from.
Okay.
So you can shove it to an adjacent space, or you could shove it prone to give
Oh, you
yourself
can knock it
advantage
down. Yeah.
on
I would say shove prone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
So
idea.
that's 24.
Nice. Way ahead of me. I got 18. So yeah.
nice.
Then
Yeah. So go ahead and knock it down. You knock it to the ground, and then
I
you can make.
action surge with the advantage.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Mhm.
So then I'm gonna take my magnetic obsidian club.
Yeah.
And action surge.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be with advantage because he's on the ground.
Yep.
17.
17 hits. Yeah.
Okay. So that would be a
It's
D12
basically an unarmored person.
plus 3.
so-
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of
8.
sense.
Nice.
8. Nice. And then is that
It's magical.
because it's +1? So what's your strength
Oh.
modifier? So it's actually +4. I
It
think.
should be one
Oh,
more
would
than.
it?
So it's
I didn't know it was +1.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah, you get +1 to hit and +1 to damage when it's
Yeah.
a +1 weapon.
So what did you roll on the die? What's
It's
the
just
total?
one more damage than what he said then.
I forgot.
4,
9 total.
9.
9 total. Got it. And it's magical, which is good.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
and then I look to Nova and say, Nova, get away from the threat.
Well,
All right, and then now back to Nova. You've been given a command.
yeah, I will obey. Don't you worry about that.
It is prone though, and you have a shillelagh,
Yeah, I'm gonna attack
your
you.
broom.
I think it's pronounced shillelagh.
Shillelagh
That's a
broom.
nat 20.
Nice.
So.
Oh, and it's slashing too, so it can't catch up to Nova either if it attempts to.
Oh, it's slowed. Yeah,
Yes.
you're right.
Yeah.
Nova should be super fast if she's got mobile.
16 damage.
16 damage. Incredible. It is bloodied.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
got
Fine.
it handled.
I'm gonna just go over here. You're not hurt, are you? You're hurt.
Doesn't matter.
Why are you on the ground?
We're sleeping. We're
Okay, that's my turn. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. Now it is Levi. You're not surprised anymore.
Yeah, Levi's gonna spend half his movement to get up
Mm-hmm.
and go 15 feet towards the bear.
Mm-hmm.
Up.
The were sun bear.
Or whatever it is. And then, seeing it, he's going to attack it with Thorn Whip, because that's a melee attack spell, so I should have advantage because it's prone.
Yes. I
Yes.
think so. Yes. I believe that's rules as written.
So now
That's going to be a 22 to hit,
Nice, that hits.
and then it does
+6.
5 points of damage.
Nice. Magical.
Yeah. It's technically magical.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm going to elect not to pull it 10 feet towards me.
Aww.
Luna's turn.
Luna, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to
Luna's gonna kill
stand
us.
up,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to run towards the bear. the wolf, the werewolf.
The werewolf.
This is a werewolf we're dealing with.
I thought it would be okay, but it's not. You guys keep calling it a bear.
Yeah.
Well, I call it a bear, so that's funny.
Man,
You don't have a range?
He did rip his clothes off. so
I
he
do
is
have a
good.
ranged attack, but I would have disadvantage. I'm just going to dash so I can flank it.
Alrighty. Sounds good. And then it's the baddie's turn. Ooh. It's gonna try to bite Nova again. It's already locked in.
You're not.
Oh,
you're
you're not over there. Who's...
That's
Oh,
Luna.
no, it's just a robot.
Ian and Luna.
Okay, well, it's not gonna fight Ian. It's gonna fight Luna. Well, it's an animal.
No, why did? Never mind. Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's
Don't worry about it.
14.
That's a miss. My AC is 15.
Nice. And then it'll claw you. And that's garbage. It's a 11. So, yeah, it just like bites at you and then it reaches out and scrapes at you, but can't get through the metal of your armor.
So it's not
And-
going to stand back up.
Does it seem to recognize?
Yeah, it stands back up.
Does it seem to recognize the silver?
I think that it knows that hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it seems to kind of recoil from you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, in a way that like intellectually it knows that blades hurt, but I think there's more. Yeah. And then it is Ian, right?
Sure.
Your brat. Because it did nothing 2 turns in a row. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to shove it back to the ground?
I think I'll just swing at it now that Nova's out of the way.
You have advantage because of flanking.
Yes. So the great axe is still in its protocol. So attack with the great axe.
Oh, is that
boy.
essentially it's a great axe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
The
makes
club.
sense. Yeah.
That's what I put it in. You can modify it to whatever.
No, I think that's perfect.
Okay.
D12 slashing.
Yeah, that's what
Two-handed
makes sense to
weapon.
me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
All right.
Mechanically.
Well, 9 plus 6, that'd be 15.
15 hits.
Excellent.
Its AC is 12, you guys. I
Oh my
mean,
God.
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like,
garbage.
I kind of figured it was because of the bear has an 11.
This is what
Yeah,
happens.
werewolf.
You fought a CR4 creature and then a CR5 creature. This is a CR3 creature. So let's just kill it.
15 damage.
15 damage. Insane. So much damage. Should have given you that club.
No, I tried not to take it.
15 damage. Crazy
And nothing with
old
bonus action.
memories.
No, I don't think I need to use my bonus action.
Okay.
I mean, I already used my action surge, so there's no point in using second one right now. Turning my generator on.
I did let Luna use a 2-handed weapon and then whip out a 1-handed weapon to make a bonus action attack. So I will allow you to do that.
Yeah, that.
You whip out your hand axe, Or honestly, a longsword. Well, no, it'd have to be hand axe.
It has to be a hand
Yeah,
axe.
the hand axe is fine. All right. I mean, yeah, I'll do. I'll engage 2-weapon fighting sequence.
Yeah.
Pull out the hand axe. Would that still be advantage?
Yep.
Yeah.
So 16 plus 5.
That
That's more than
hits.
1
Yeah.
hits. And that would only be a 1d6.
Yeah. But it's
And a
damage.
5.
5. Okay. It's less effective. You guys, this is the first non-magical weapon you've hit it with, but it's less effective. But you notice that this thing is not doing hot. It's really on its last legs.
My turn?
Well, no, but finish it off. Bring it
Yes.
And I just twirl my broom over my head and whack it in the head. Wait, why did I just roll with advantage?
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't have advantage.
Take. What should I do?
Probably
I
take
rolled
the
with
low
advantage.
I don't
roll
care.
one
What are the
die.
two numbers?
They're both poor, so I don't think they'll hit no matter what.
Okay.
It has a 12 AC.
Because if they're the same, it doesn't matter.
Let's solve this.
Just,
One would have hit.
just
One would
reroll
have.
with one die.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, just
Okay,
reroll.
great.
I just said they were both
15.
4.
15. I said
15 hits.
Poor.
Oh.
Sorry. Should have been more.
It's 4 AC.
Yeah.
12 radiant damage.
It's dead.
It's dead.
Oh.
Well, hang on.
How do you wanna
Are
do
you
it?
sure you don't want to knock him unconscious? This person who is suffering from a curse?
It is radiant damage. I don't know. Okay, actually, it's a melee attack, right?
Yeah, so I would do non-lethal if I could. I mean, I was just chilling with this dude, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bonk over the head.
Okay. You bonk it over the head. You do know that I will let you, because you have some time now to think about things. The period in which werewolves tend to transform usually lasts like 3 days or something, or 3 nights, I should say. So,
Like they stay in wolf form the whole
they
time?
transform 3 times usually, which is
Okay.
like, and you know that because there's this, like in slang at least, and in common kind of knowledge, they're hard to find because you tend to get like a few like murders and then nothing happens for a while,
Yeah.
and then a few more and then nothing happens. So it's hard, but when you see that pattern, you look for a werewolf.
Okay.
So you know they didn't transform previous nights, so this may be a problem in future nights. This may not be the only night.
Shall we tie them up?
Yes, we should tie them up.
They're out for tonight, though.
Still.
They transform back into a human, but yeah.
Before our sun goes down, we should. But until then, there might not be a point. It's be excessive.
Does anybody else in the caravan seem to have noticed this?
Yeah, I mean, I think they all reacted the way you would expect, like commoners to react when there's a werewolf. They woke up at the same time as you. They weren't allowed to help. They didn't jump in. There's a lot of screaming and oh my god.
Did nobody know this guy?
They do know that guy.
Yeah.
They didn't know that he was a werewolf, or sometimes he get bitten by a wolf. Presumably, a month ago he got bitten. Or sometime in the last month. Probably a month ago, because if it was, there are ways to contract lycanthropy outside of getting bitten by a werewolf, but it's like anything could have happened in the last almost 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, who knows? Like, he was out, he's like taking a dump and some wolf came and bit him and he's like, what the hell? And it's like, yeah. Wolves have lycanthropy. Sometimes wolves carry lycanthropy and they
Interesting.
don't transform, but they,
Gotcha.
it's like rabies.
Okay.
So,
And they haven't had any series of murders or anything.
yeah, none of these people, like they've known this guy. A lot of these people have known this guy for at least months and sometimes longer. And this has not been a problem before, so.
You mentioned wolfsbane tea might cure that. Is that something that I would be...
Possibly, yeah.
Is there wolfsbane that can be foraged in this area?
There could be. You guys can look.
So, while the moon's still up,
Mm-hmm.
Levi is going to do a little ritual, especially because werewolves are tied in to the moon. Pray to Umi, see if there's anything that she has to offer that could help the situation. Basically the same thing that he's doing to basically like, hey, is there a cure for this? Because we don't want to kill this guy.
Yeah, so you don't get any kind of like direct, and a lot of times you don't get like a lot of it you get like feelings and stuff from her. But you do, and a lot of it is like, it's almost like, you know, like any feelings you have might be a little bit overshadowed, or maybe this is the way Tsukiyomi is communicating with you, but you do feel like you could find things alchemically that could cure him, right? So you're kind of thinking back to like things you've learned as a druid and everything. This is a curse, but it's very tied in with nature, and so it may be curable by it's the kind of thing druids would be involved in curing. So yeah, you can, you know, with like a nature check, cure something. Is that something you all want to do tonight? Do you want to wait until the morning? It was the first watch, so none of you have gotten really any rest.
I'm fine. I would be okay to stay up and attempt to forage.
Okay.
I mean, even if it takes me hours, I would still have time to get a rest.
Who wants to help forage instead of rest?
I want to specifically look for things that only do at night in case there's something useful there.
On that, I'll say without a roll, because you mentioned that, you know that the variety, especially of wolfsbane that's most effective, does bloom at night.
Yeah.
So it's most effective to search for it at night.
And especially because of the fact that he has a vested interest because it's related to the moon, Levi would definitely be looking especially hard for the cure for this, because werewolves get a bad rep and that the moon gets blamed for it. So he's trying to clear up some stigmas about it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I'll let whoever you guys want can roll nature with advantage, and you can use guidance even though it's an extended check, because you're basically going to have to spend the whole night searching.
So
Would you let us argue for survival over nature?
Because I don't
if you spend all night, I'll let you do survival. So you will have a level of exhaustion tomorrow.
I have a +2 to nature. I'm assuming you also have a +2?
But +1, I'm trained.
I'm trained in it too, so I figured...
I'll guidance you then.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you're doing nature.
Yeah, nature.
And with assistance and guidance. We're trying not to stay up all night.
Okay,
I don't mind staying up all night.
That's a 15.
On a 15, I think you're going to need to stay up all night. You find some, but you know it's going to take you a while. And you're all okay. So the only person who doesn't get a level of exhaustion is Ian, who's not really worried about this at all. You can kind of walk around with them or kind of watch. Unless you want a level of exhaustion. Are you going to stick around really close to Nova, or you're just going to kind of...
I mean, I could be regaining my short rest bonuses.
I think you probably should. That action surge, the fact that it comes back on a short rest.
I'll say, you guys can all take a short rest if you want. So you can regain short rest things. Because you gather, and then you spend some time making the tea, which is... You get a short rest during the night, but you won't get a long rest, and you will have a level of exhaustion. But you make some tea up, and I'll say on a 15 nature check, you spend all night, but the three of you together find what you need, make the tea, and you feed it to this guy. Hopefully that works. There's no evidence. I mean, if he was in hybrid form and you fed it to him and he changed, you'd know. Yeah. There's no evidence. I mean, this is the thing about lycanthropy, you can't really tell.
We'll still probably tie him up the next night and see if he changes.
Yeah. He's really beat up and he's confused, but between you guys and all of his friends being like, you transformed into a werewolf, he's fine with it, right? Like, he's fine with being tied up.
Yeah. Just so you know, Slayer's services curing your curse isn't free, so...
Roll me persuasion.
Can be intimidation.
Sure. Fine.
Do you want some help?
Would you attempt to back me up?
Yes, you have that permission.
Okay. All right.
Permission granted.
Yeah. 8.
+2 for persuasion. So.
You rolled with advantages,
Okay.
so that was the help you gave. So they rolled.
Got it.
Yeah. I think they're a little bit like, all right, like calm down, right? Like, so they're less intimidated and more like, okay, like I'm gonna give you something, but I'm not gonna give you like I'm not afraid of you, so I'm not gonna give you more. But I think I think between the people of the caravan, they scrape together like 10 gold to give you, which is like you can tell they're kind of scraping the bottoms of their pockets. They don't carry a lot of gold with them, and also like when they go out to get goods, they have a lot of gold, but they've just bought as much goods as they could.
Yeah.
And with all the gold they have, there's no value in bringing gold back to the city. This trade kind of goes the other direction. So they kind of don't have a lot of money, and that's kind of like what they feel like they can afford.
Yeah.
They have more money a little bit,
Yeah.
but you would really be asking a lot to give more than that. So yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, thanks. Here's 10 gold. Like, hopefully that kind of settles things.
Yeah.
Also, just to be clear, they haven't paid you yet. You get money at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't. If everyone dies, you don't get paid. Well, you can boot their corpses, I guess. Okay, you get not a night's rest, but another night goes by. You have a day of travel where you are really, really struggling. Somebody roll me a d12.
Roll high this time.
1.
Oh my goodness. 1, a 3, and a 1 again.
On another one. In this scenario. In this scenario, without going into too much flourishes, you actually have like a nice easy day, and you get a restful night. You're basically sleeping under wagons at this point, and if you have a tent, but like it's a little bit drizzly, so a lot of them are sleeping under wagons. But you can fit like 4 people under the wagons, so they're like taking up a wagon and a half, and you guys can basically use your own wagon. But you can also set up a tent. It's not super comfortable. There's always like rocks and stuff that you don't find until the morning, where you're like, but you remove your level of exhaustion. You don't, however, get a lot.
I was just standing in the
Yeah.
in sentry mode, just like watching.
The rain is blocking, is hitting my face. Here, can you stand over here?
Well, yes, no, I can.
Thank you.
I hold my newly acquired axe as kind of an umbrella.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like this is a conversation that might have happened in real life?
Okay. Let's see. You guys go. So then you go through the 5th day. We're on the 5th day. So you go through the 5th day.
Oh, also, he's cured of his curse, right? He didn't transform again?
Oh, yeah, he did not transform again. So congratulations. You have
Nice.
cured a man of lycanthropy.
Nice.
Okay, so
He's also poisoned because you made it too strong.
yeah, it's too much. He's dead. You cured him of lycanthropy by killing him.
Yeah.
The Oregon Trail revisited here.
Yeah.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh. 8.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm gonna use lucky.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Total of
Incredible.
25.
Hey, love it.
Much
Incredible.
better. Good job.
Every time you re-roll, I get so scared.
I don't know why.
I know.
It would be like
So
3
good.
dragons just
Yeah.
then from the sky.
You're like, you don't notice
Yeah,
it,
Luna.
but this giant black dragon.
Oh.
Yoink. Yeah, so I think you're sitting where do you sit when you're on watch, or what do you do when you're on watch?
Are there trees around?
Yes.
Then yeah, I would pick the nearest tree as long as it's like at the edge of the clearing.
Mhm.
It'd give a little bit of cover from the rain. I'd basically just like have my back against the trunk.
Mm-hmm. So you have your back against the trunk right there, and you're watching, and you've got like a hood or something against the rain, and Ian is standing there in camp, and you see this tiger slinking towards Ian slowly from behind him. So it's looks like it's gonna pounce.
I would call out and get his attention.
Okay. So this will be the surprise round. Everyone can roll initiative again, but hopefully we'll do this quick.
Well, I can roll out like absolute ass.
Don't you roll with initiative? Or with advantage?
I don't roll it with advantage for this
17.
character. I add my proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, one more time.
12.
15.
17 for the tiger.
If you want me to have advantage,
You're thinking I have advantage with.
I know you do, but Luna is trained in Iaijutsu, which makes you fast.
What's your dex, Ion?
What
We're
is
both
my
plus
dex? Yeah, +2.
So I'll let you go first because that's when you called it. So
And then what's the dex versus?
That's what he was just saying, so he's gonna
Oh.
go first.
Okay.
Nova will go first.
No, the reason I was asking is because I tied with Ion, is why.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, you guys miscommunicated, but I followed both of them, so
I thought the 17 was fine.
yes, I know you're blind, so
It's fine. Okay, so
Do you have a +2 dex?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whatever. I'll miss it. First, I don't care.
yeah, I'll let you act, Nova. Yeah, so you jump awake and see this tiger, and it looks like it's a little bit taken off guard by the alarm, but like it's about to pounce anyway and try to grab somebody.
well, seeing as how it's very sneaky and was able to sneak up on us, I'd like to make it less so. So I will call down some stardust to surround it and cast fairy fire.
Fairy
It's
fire.
probably going to pass this, so that's a dex save for you, please.
Save, which is a 17.
He passes.
Nice. Tiger, quick.
So then I will bonus action go into archer form. And that will be my turn. Thank you.
is
Okay.
this acceptable layout?
Yes.
Sure. Where's the tiger? Oh, it's
Right
right
next to-
on you. He'd be like 20 feet away from you. Put him back a little bit. The reason is because he pounces 20 feet. If the tiger moves at least 20 feet straight towards creature and then hits it with a claw attack on the same turn, the target must make a DC 13.
Does it do a little butt wiggle before?
Yeah, it does. It's like butt wiggle, and then it's like jump. Okay, so it's gonna jump in there 20 feet towards Ian, and not really realizing that he's metal, and it's gonna do. Would I have to use a claw attack? Yeah. Oof, that's not good. 16. Misses, right? Nice. Yeah, so it just like rakes claws across you or tries to grab you. Just this metal.
Ugh.
Yeah, horrible sound. As you're definitely all awake now. As it rakes you with claws. And that's it for the tiger. So, Ian, it's now your turn. You just got clawed by a tiger.
I would like to grapple the tiger.
All right, make a strength athletics check.
18 plus 5.
Nice, you're way ahead of me. Yeah. You want to grab? So you want to grab it?
Yeah, I just want to just.
Yeah. So it like it tries to grab you, and you're like, just lock it in. It's like kicking with its feet.
I alert Nova that there is a threat.
Well, it's a cute threat.
I make it look cute, but to everybody else, this is a big deal.
Yeah. Okay. It is Levi. An innocent animal is being attacked by a giant metal robot.
It could look like that. Couldn't it?
I definitely could look like that, but unfortunately, it's now going to be attacked by a giant bear.
Jeez.
That's good though, because you can
And then I'm going-
lethal damage.
And I'm going to go. And since it's restrained, I have advantage, right?
It's not restrained,
Oh.
it's grappled.
Grapple, okay,
So
never mind.
yeah, you don't have advantage, but
Okay, well, I'm gonna roll both my attacks. Probably a 10 and a 15.
15 hit.
15 hits. Okay, so that's the claw attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be 2d6 plus 4, which is gonna be 9 damage total.
All right. That's it for you?
Yep.
Okay, Luna.
Okay, I'm gonna stay in my elevated position. I'm gonna take out my longbow and I'm just gonna try to shoot it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Advantage for being elevated position.
So far, I'll take it. 18 plus 6 is 24.
Yes, that hits.
So 8 plus 4, so 10 piercing.
That's a lot of damage.
And I guess I'll start shimmying down the tree.
Okay. Sounds good. So we're back up to Nova.
I will bonus action shillelagh, and I will bonk it with my broom.
Okay.
19 to hit.
That hits.
13 radiant damage. And that is my turn. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, the tiger is bloodied. It's going to use the action to try to escape from your grapple. It rolled a 2. It's not able to escape from your grapple. Choose to fail that check.
Do not.
Okay.
And try to just put it to sleep. Don't kill it if you can.
I will do this, so.
All right, it is your turn.
Alright, well. I guess I can still attack while it's grappled, right?
Yeah, it just takes one of your hands, so you can.
Right, so I
you
can
can't use the
I
two-handed
can
weapon. You can use
I can
something.
take my hand axe or something.
Yeah,
Bump it.
yeah.
Bop it.
Bop it. And that's what I will do. So my hand axe is a +5. 16 plus 5, 21.
That hits, and you do get because you're presumably
bonus.
using the hand axe in your main hand.
1d6 plus 3.
Yeah.
So what everybody sees is me headlocking this tiger.
Just with the.
Let's see here. So 8.
The tiger gets knocked out.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
And I do that with robotic accuracy. Just bonk.
Yeah. Cats hate robots. Yeah. So you have an unconscious tiger.
Can we keep him?
We're just gonna wait him to wake up once we're gone, right? I mean, we want to just move him away from here a little bit? Or just kill it?
Well, it's apparently a man eater.
Well, this is...
Out of character, of course.
This land we're in. It's not in ours.
So what Levi would probably do is shift back, ritually cast Speak with Animals.
Don't wake it up yet.
Well, we would tie it up first before we do all that.
Okay.
So I want to talk to it.
Okay.
You enjoy that.
So
Okay, and?
yeah, I'm going to talk to it. So
Okay. It's unconscious.
yeah, when we wake it, and we're gonna wake it up.
I just.
It needs to regain a hit count for it to wake up.
Fine, I will. After I finish ritually casting Speak with Animals, I will healing word it.
Okay, can you
who's
take
gonna-
it away from the camp? As
Who's
you're-
gonna tie it up?
You said you were.
Make a sleight of hand check. The thing that you're good at. Luckily, it's not sleight of hands.
Oh,
Fuck you. I rolled an 11.
That's how well tied up this tiger is. So,
please
You-
remove it from the camp
Yeah.
so that it is no longer a
It
danger
is-
to the rest of us.
tiger side. So big as a horse.
I figured, with bear, dragon,
And he only has a 6 strength.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it or is it lower?
it's a 4 strength.
It's a 4 strength. So, I don't think he's capable of moving this 1,000.
If you were a bear, you could do it.
I would just enlist Ion's help to move it.
I don't think you have permission.
Sorry, you do not
Permission is
have
not
rights.
Would you please remove the tiger from the camp so it's not a danger to us?
Yes, I will. I pick it up with one arm and
It's like, what? Fuck.
It's like, you don't even need 2 arms. What's your problem?
It's for the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, so you kind of drag it. You're like out of sight of the camp, I guess.
Oh, it's so
And then
cute
you're gonna
when
wake
it's
it up?
sleeping.
Yeah, so I heal it.
Okay. So you heal it. It's like struggling like a cat in a sock, It's,
Yep.
Trying to get out.
Can I try animal handling to try to calm it
Yeah.
in a reassuring way that we're gonna let you go?
Mm-hmm.
it's a hungry tiger.
14.
Okay.
Oh wait, guidance. 18.
All right. Pretty good.
If it's hungry, maybe
Yeah.
we could feed it.
So kind of reassured, it's like kind of purr, growling, like I don't know. So you give it some food. Eat some food. You want to talk to it?
Yeah. I would be asking, it's like, so why did you attack us? Okay, now you got some food. Are we going to keep on attacking more people?
Hunt. Hunt.
You can hunt other animals, don't hunt people. If you hunt people, we're going to have to put you down as something dangerous.
People are in.
At this point, Levi's just going to kill it.
Better not.
It's very druidy.
How many hit points did you heal for?
Let's
And what are you gonna do to kill it?
healed it for 4 hit points.
And then you do what?
I'm going to produce flame.
Okay. I mean, I think this happens before you guys have a chance to react.
Yeah, so that's a...
But I just want to clarify, you're doing this right in front of me because I was just there interacting with it to calm it down and reassure it we're going to let it go. So I just want to confirm you're doing this right in front of Nova.
Yes.
Okay.
It literally just said it's going to hunt more humans.
Good.
And the thing is that where Levi came from is when with the Covenants, we don't like to kill animals. We try to communicate with them, but if they don't listen and they just tell us that they're going to keep on being aggressive towards humankind, we put them down for good.
With
Yeah,
your
I
intelligence,
I feel like we're skipping a couple
Some-
steps
Yeah.
here.
Some clarity there is this tiger does not see the difference between. It's not like, oh, that's a sentient thing. We don't eat that.
Yeah, I know.
Everything that's food is food.
right. It's
Right.
just hunting. It's doing.
It's just
Yeah.
hunting.
It doesn't
Any
have
animals.
intelligence.
Right.
Its intelligence is 3, so it's sub-sentient. So to expect it to have morals is something that druids wouldn't do.
No, we don't expect to have morals, but
Now, you're right that if something is... Here's the thing. Let me also clarify something, too. Because of what you said about the dragon. One, they paid quite a lot for a slayer. You expect that your father could have killed that dragon without too much difficulty. It would have been an afternoon worth of work for, 200 gold or whatever it was, which is quite good. Also, they didn't expect you to kill it because they don't do that. Even a dragon, they were like, hey, we're not hiring you to kill it. That would be, we'd hire a dragon slayer or like something. We just wanted you to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Which in their mind is easier than killing it, right?
Yeah.
They're like, just get it to leave with whatever slayer or magic you have because we don't want to kill it. Now, if they're unwilling to kill a red dragon wormling,
Which in my mind is capital E, evil, not good for
yeah,
the...
red dragon wormlings are chaotic evil, all of them.
Yeah.
Tigers are neutral. They're unaligned. They're not even neutral. They're unaligned because they're not smart enough to have it. So if they didn't want to kill a red dragon who was near the coven and a danger, do you think they would want to kill a tiger that's literally in the far, far away from human? That doesn't know the difference between a human.
Okay.
So that's all I'm saying.
That people mostly don't take because there's better options usually.
I'm not telling you not to. I want you to understand the implications of what you're doing and how the coven would view this.
My bad. I jumped a gun on that.
That's okay. Okay. If you feel like this tiger is a danger to people, like I mean, the wilderness is danger, right? But like, so dangerous it has to be killed.
Oh.
Maybe you could let it know that we whooped its ass pretty handily, and if it tries to
If you cause any more problems,
if it tries to hunt bipedal animals again, that it's going to happen again.
essentially, yeah. Sure.
It's up to you if you want to say that, but I mean,
The thing that the tiger would understand would be something like, stay away from the road, that's my territory.
yeah.
Right, don't hunt near the road.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come near me. That's something a tiger would understand.
Good thing to try.
Hmm?
That would be a good thing to try.
Let's just go with that.
You can roll animal handling or persuasion.
Definitely animal handling.
I can help you for advantage.
Don't need it.
Okay.
I got a 24.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, the tiger is very, like, it knows it got beat. It doesn't want to die. It's very, what's the word? Opposite of dominant. Submissive. It's very submissive towards you all. It's like, I'm sorry. It hasn't learned, like the way dogs learn that's like, hey, anything on two legs is above you in the chain. It hasn't learned that. And now it's kind of like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna let it go or what's?
Yeah, we're gonna let it go.
It slinks off into the woods. A couple hours later, roll it. That son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm just so hungry.
I'm gonna kill these bastards. Alright. We go through the rest of that night. You sleep. Not well. This is a dangerous road. It's obvious why this road was not taken. Is that a 9? Okay. While you're traveling along the road, there's a kind of off to the side of the road. Like I said, the road is usually about a wagon and a half wide. Off to the side of the road, excuse me, there's basically an abandoned wagon, but it's like clearly like the axle is broken or something like that. And the caravan just goes past it, being like, oh, it's broken. That happens, right? As you guys go past, you actually see, which you think maybe they didn't notice, there is one trunk left in the wagon.
Who sees this?
That's probably all of you. All of you are pretty perceptive.
Should we go check that out?
So you guys are kind of like sitting in your wagon, like, oh, see that? There's still a trunk left in there. It's like a chest, but not like a very secure chest.
Would the caravan potentially have like an extra axle for in case one of theirs broke that we could maybe throw on this one?
Maybe, but it's missing a few parts. It would probably take all of the spare parts you guys had to
Which
fix
is not,
it.
yeah, not worth it.
Which might not be worth it. Wagons aren't that expensive.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Just
You also don't have a team to drive this wagon.
Yeah.
So you could take it, try to do it with one horse.
So do we want to detect magic?
sure.
Okay. So you guys halt for like 10 minutes. You do a ritual detect magic, yeah?
Yep.
I mean, we could even just pick up the chest and I could cast it.
Yeah.
Assuming the
and
chest
moving
is
on
first.
it's not holding.
Yeah, so we don't have to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, assuming the chest isn't cursed.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait to find out.
Okay. Roll a wisdom save. No, I'm just kidding.
That's the one thing we're good at.
So yeah, I know.
Charisma. Intelligence.
Yeah, so you guys, you grab the chest out of it. It's kind of like it's like a little bit nicer than a crate, not quite as nice as a chest. It's like a trunk. But it's carrying.
5 pairs of new socks.
Yeah, it looks like this broke down. They pulled as much out as they could and put it onto the remaining wagons, whoever this was. But there is 100 gold pieces worth of textile, silks and things like that. Yeah, so quite nice.
Do you want to maybe offer to sell to the merchants since they're already carrying textiles?
Probably we might not get a full 100 gold for it, but we might.
Not very good at convincing people to do things.
Okay. We can just hang on to them. Yeah.
I mean, you got a wagon, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're borrowing a wagon.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and the merchant doesn't really seem to notice. Like he just left it, so it's not like he has a claim to it. So you can just kind of be like, "Oh, is he not gonna? Oh, just grab that, throw it under your wagon really quick, and keep going." Cool. You're about a day and a half away from the city now. And you imagine there might be a little bit more traffic here. There's still not a lot of buildings. You've seen almost no evidence of civilization. A little bit, you'll see like a house on a hill or in a valley or whatever. Not a lot of evidence of civilization. We do come across, you get to a nice inn. And this also there's other roads, so it's not like everyone going this way is taking this road. There's been other roads and things. So and sometimes the merchant takes other roads, but he doesn't remember this inn. But it's been sleeping under the wagon for a while, and it's still pretty rainy. It's actually getting more rainy as you go north, closer to the ocean. So they quit a little bit early to spend the night in this inn. Which, if you guys stay in the inn, you can get a long rest if you want to do that. Before you get to the city,
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with the inn?
Nothing. There's the innkeeper. Yeah, a friendly older woman who calls herself Mother Boule. Her hair is graying and her back is curved. So she's kind of hunched over and she kind of hobbles around. And you kind of you almost feel bad for her getting her stuff. But it's she seems to like doing it, right? Yeah. So she's got a stew that, some inns will have a stew always going and they just kind of put stuff in it. And
eternal.
Yeah, that's eternal stew. So she's got a stew going and, which, that's a real thing. I'm not making that up because it's a real thing. And so she's got a stew going. You don't know if it's an eternal stew, but she's got a stew going, and she doesn't have hot baths or anything, but she's got rooms. It's only 5 silver per room because there's not a whole lot of traffic out here. She doesn't have a lot of costs. So you can each get a private room, or you can split rooms, and then you get dinner and breakfast or whatever. It's a bed and breakfast.
Nice.
So is everyone gonna stay in the inn, or do you wanna? I don't know how much money you guys have. I guess you guys got 10 gold from freaking saving the guy.
Yeah.
At least that much.
So 2 rooms. So I'm going to give her. So 2 rooms would be a gold.
1 gold, yeah.
So I'm going to give her 2 gold.
Okay.
And just thank her for being so sweet.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then so she's got the stew. The stew is It's not great. It's not seasoned like at all. It's very bland.
Yeah.
It's like
Fine.
potatoes and meat.
Sorry.
What's that?
Sorry. Nope.
You're like, God, I wish I had that 10 pounds of salt right now because this could use it.
I would carry a little bit of salt. Could I
Yeah,
maybe, like, when she's not looking, just, like, sprinkle a
Yeah,
little bit
that's
in?
the smart way to do it. I won't make you roll anything, but yeah, you just gotta wait for her to leave, and you're like, all right, a little bit of salt. Yeah, good. Yeah, it greatly improves the flavor. And then, okay, so you stay there for the night.
You okay?
What'd you do? Nova does not get the benefits of a long rest. You have nightmares all night.
Makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I'm fine, right?
You're fine.
I'm good.
You're good. Yeah.
I just wanted my hit dice back.
But I get short rest.
I'll give you a short rest. Your maximum hit points is reduced by 8.
What?
Unfortunately.
What's going on?
Yeah.
It's the kimono I'm wearing, isn't it? Can I take that off?
Yeah.
Does it come off okay?
Yeah. It does.
Oh.
Not having that immediate feedback is a little rough.
That is really
Yeah.
bad.
Well.
Oh my goodness. Oh